Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Well, Gator is back in town. Jason Smith has been hired as the head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings. He will join us right here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne at 3:40 this afternoon. So that's in about 38 minutes. It'll be good to talk to him. Pretty significant hire there by the Oil Kings. Jason Smith, of course, an extremely popular Oilers player, a captain of the team in 2006 when they went to the Cup final. He's been in the NHL as an assistant, AHL as an assistant. He has previously been a head coach in the WHL, so a pretty significant name there. I was at the news conference this morning at Rogers Place when he was unveiled as the head coach, and again, he will join us live at about 3:40 this afternoon to talk about his return to Edmonton. Plenty of football to discuss. The Edmonton Elks getting set to play Hamilton, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Play ALBERTA Field at Commonwealth Stadium. We will have coverage with my colleague Jay Milne and Taylor Inglis, Double E alum, who was an excellent guest on this program yesterday. They will have the Green and Gold kickoff show at noon on Saturday, and then they're on right after the game for the post-game show to break it down as the Elks look for their second win of the season. Kevin Wuthrich joins us today, head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats.
Yeah.
You played for that team.
I did.
You must be extremely excited.
Yeah. Cash was his nickname's Cash.
Where does that come from again?
Wuthrich. Ask him.
I thought we had him on last season.
He's money, baby.
He's money.
No, good, great guy. He took over the club after Darcy Park. Darcy had done it a long time. It was just time for a change. He took it over, and they've been improving. So I want to ask if, what this year looks like, if they can take that next step, get to the playoffs. But excited to have Coach Wuthrich on the show.
All right, so that's coming up, and we will have, it's Thursday, so it's our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week.
Oh, boy.
And this is, so we think this is great. I think we're already up to 6 times. We've done it enough times, I'm starting to lose count. And both Jay and I think the overall philosophy of the station is that we want to celebrate local athletes or teams. And by local, we mean Edmonton and area. Like if whatever, you're outside of Edmonton, you give us a good idea, we'll pursue it. So with Athlete of the Week, we said, don't be shy. Send in a nomination. Email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com or go to our website and look for the submission form at the bottom of the page. So we've had some hockey. You were away, but I had the young man from the Brick Tournament. We've had some football. We've had some fast pitch, or what's it called? The softball.
Yep. BMX.
But BMX, which was probably the least mainstream sport maybe we talked about was BMX. Well, today the sport is, I got to check what it's called. Okay, so the person we're going to have on is the founding member of the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club.
Yeah.
So when we are asking questions here, like sometimes when we ask a question, we give an idea.
It's a leading question. We have no idea.
We don't know. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. So we love featuring stuff like this. The Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. That's going to be before 4 o'clock. Yeah, he has, or just before 5 o'clock. Sorry. Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of blades, I believe, involved.
And he might show us.
Hopefully, there's a visual demonstration for those of you
just lighting up behind the camera.
For those of you on YouTube,
it's right in his wheelhouse.
Or if you're not on YouTube, you'll want to probably go to the YouTube feed for that.
Yeah.
Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to the station on YouTube if you haven't already. If you're taking in this show on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Give us a like. We try to get to 100 every show. You can chat with us and with each other in the nasty chat down the right side of the screen, which is always fun. If you're taking us in on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, those streaming apps, we appreciate that. Remember, spread the word. Tell other people about the station. Let them know where Dustin Nielsen is now, and Matthew Iwanek and Hernan Salas and me and this new guy, Jason Milne. You're not so new anymore.
Well,
spread the word because we got to keep growing. I mean, look, I kind of was talking about this even before we announced the move. Remember, I would say things like, we're kind of growing. Like, kind of could be some fun things on the horizon. Well, we've moved to this new, bigger office with these fancy studios, all wrapped by William Huff. Incredible stuff. By the way, we got a really fun off-topic topic for William Huff.
we do.
Coming up in a few minutes, which we will get to. So iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and if you would like to text us, here's how you do so. The number is 780-218-9999. You are using the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. $18.99 prime rib special, 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout. Though remember, it's not available on show nights, but pretty good deal. $18.99 prime rib special. All right, get Jay on Twitter at Jason Milne. I am at Reid Wilkins, R-E-I-D, Wilkins like Dominique. Zachary Kubish is along for the ride today as well. We'll hear from him a little bit later on because we're going to do Name the Animal going into my long weekend.
Long weekend.
My long weekend starts in 2 hours and 53 minutes, baby.
Are you counting down
I have tomorrow off. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, you should be.
I am looking forward to it. Tomorrow is my parents' 55th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow. Hang on.
And we will...
Hang on.
Uh-oh. Yes, thanks guys for coming in and clapping. Talk to you next week.
Congrats to Bob and Louise.
Professional clappers.
There you go.
Yeah, 55 years. That's a long time. They were married. Now we're going to have a bit of we're going to do buying or selling for this anniversary wedding.
We're going to go different.
Let's not hint at it too much, but I think because what we're going to talk, we're not doing a lovey-dovey. Like, come on, it's me and Milne. We're not going to be like, tell us how you met your spouse.
Lame.
Yeah. No, we have more of a like one of our social. What do we call it? Like, how do you behave in a certain social situation?
Yes,
but
yes,
related to weddings and anniversaries.
Yes,
that's what it's going to be.
Oh, that's a good point. Big Uke says, "I wonder what Sammy Hagar if he would wish them a."
Oh, geez, I never thought of that. Yeah. So starting tomorrow, if someone says to my parents, "How many years have you been married?" 55. That's so. I believe now. I was not around for my parents' nuptials. I believe, because, you hear, you just get a piece of the story. And, when you're little, like you don't understand love and marriage. And then kind of when you're maybe a teen, you think it's cool to ignore your parents and not know a lot about them. But then eventually you kind of want to know the history.
Yeah,
but, but then you can't remember it because there's other things in your brain when you're an adult. But I believe my parents met. I'm going to get a text from my mom here right away. Mm-hmm. I believe my parents met in February of 1970 and were married August 1st, 1970.
Ooh,
I believe
that escalated fast.
Maybe they'd met late in 1969
Love
and
at
then
first
started
sight.
going out early in 1970 or something like that. And I believe they were engaged for about a week and a half because they were living in Ontario at the time.
Okay,
and driving out west, and I think camping along the way. And I think it was not a good camping expedition, perhaps why I never got into camping myself because my parents didn't do it after this trip. And I believe at one point somebody brought up, well, why don't we just get married in Edmonton while we're there visiting my mom's parents?
Oh, fun.
So
why not?
Guess they probably got engaged in a camper, outside of the PA.
That's great.
I don't know if they're something like that. That's my parents' story.
Bob didn't mess around.
No, well, neither one, I guess. Yeah. So it was a relatively quick. I consider that relatively quick. Like, what's normal? What do you consider normal? And we're going to discuss
like a courting period.
There are a lot of ways to be in a committed relationship without being married, of course, as we know. But what would you say? Like, if somebody said to you, "Hey, I'm getting married on the weekend," and you said, "Oh, how long have you known your soon-to-be spouse, or how long have you been together?" Yeah. What period of time do you consider sort of normal?
Normal? 2 years and
like a couple years,
two and up. Two and up.
At least one, I would think.
Like 4, 5, 6, anything that ends with the word months.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Like if I came in Tuesday after a long weekend and said, Jay, I'm getting married Saturday. I'd met somebody on this past weekend. You'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'd just throw
Like,
you out the window for your own good.
You wouldn't say to each their own, Reid. You'd intervene.
I'd have to.
Right.
How can I give you my blessing if I haven't met this young lady?
Well, yeah, you would need to bless her for sure.
Of course.
As you bless many of us around the office. So 780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino. I'm too close to you today. I gotta move over.
What, do I smell?
No, but we said we'd align ourselves with this portion of the desk in the new studio.
I have some big news. You said it earlier that you want to spread the word of Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yes.
What if I was to tell you that right now we are being streamed live in Northern Ireland in a small town called Newry? Well, not small, just outside of Newry, Northern Ireland. What if I told you that there's a group of people huddled around a laptop or a TV watching this show right now at what would be 10:12 p.m.?
I'd be thrilled.
Would you? Well, say hi, Reid.
How do you spell the name of this town? Do we know?
Newry. Newry.
Well, hello, Newry.
So you know why?
What's happening?
So my sister and my brother-in-law, Tuckwood, we've talked about Tuckwood on this show.
Yes.
You know Tuckwood.
Perhaps the less said about Tuckwood's exploits, the better.
They went on a little bit of a European vacation. So they are visiting my family, my dad's side. My dad comes from Newry in Northern Ireland.
Oh, wow. It is up there. Yeah.
So they are watching live right now. So hello. Hello, Milnes. Very nice for you to be tuning in.
Hello.
Share the word over there.
Northern Islanders. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've learned something today where Newry is.
Most people know what Northern Ireland is now only because of Rory McIlroy.
Right. It's sort of between Dublin and Belfast. Dublin is in Ireland. Belfast
Newry's
is
just north of the border.
Newry's just north. It's closer to Belfast. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for streaming from there. We appreciate it. That is
awesome.
Incredible.
We'll have to put a pin on the map.
And Tuckwood, I cannot wait to meet you. There are things you have done that cannot be undone.
Yes. Tuckwood. Tuckwood will be like our Newman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tuckwood.
That'll be another one of my books. Reid Wilkins and the Exploits of Tuckwood.
Oh,
that'd be a little.
Yeah, maybe they should write a limerick. I mean,
yeah, why not?
It's in the old country, isn't it?
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, we appreciate that. Wherever you are tuning in from or streaming us, we do greatly appreciate it. And we're going to have a lot of laughs on the show today. I am off tomorrow, not specifically because it's my parents' anniversary. And my parents are, as I've said, they don't want gifts. Like I'll probably do a homemade card tonight, very rushed.
Yep.
Or maybe even tomorrow morning. And they've said we don't want gifts. And they've kind of even at the stage where they don't always need to plan ahead. Sure. They're kind of like, I said, hey, I'm available tomorrow if you want to do something as a family. And they said, yeah, well, we'll let you know. Sure, we'll see you.
I know we were, you suggested that we weren't going to get sappy or over the top, but truthfully, all your parents want is you and your company. That's it. That's the biggest gift you can give them.
Yeah, really. That's true. We get to spend
it's all
time
they
together.
want.
Yeah.
Is time with little Reid.
Little old Reid.
Do they still pat you on the head?
Why are you an only child, Reid? Well, they either got it right the first time or were afraid of getting another one like me. We'll see.
Oh, that's fantastic. Happy 55th anniversary to Bob and Louise Wilkins.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That'll be a lot of fun. They were married in Edmonton, and I think the reception was in my grandparents' backyard. It was a week and a half. I'm surprised they were able to find someone who could do the ceremony on time. Maybe it was a sham ceremony.
Yeah,
maybe they're not actually married.
How do you know it's actually official? That's a question.
So, you had a sleepover last night?
I did,
so to speak.
Yes, right after the show yesterday, I beetled on down Highway 21 and I met up at my buddy Stickler and his wife. Their family have a beautiful cabin. So I went down there because my kids were there. They've been spending the last 2 days there. So the plan was I go down there, spend the night, and then bring the girls back this morning and then head into work. So it was a great night, beautiful evening. Their deck faces west, so the sunset is breathtaking.
Right.
And as oftentimes in a cabin in the evening after the sun goes down,
right,
a deck of cards breaks out.
Oh, nice.
And I was introduced to the game euchre. Now, I had heard of euchre. You know, you hear of hearts. I'm a crib guy myself, but you know, hey, I'm willing to give it a shot. And I understood the premise of the game.
Right.
It's not terribly hard to understand, but I quickly realized that the more you play, the better you are.
Yeah, for
there
sure.
is tactics to it, because Sickler and I were partners, and his wife and her friend were partners, and they whooped us. They beat us 3 games to nothing, because Alexis, his wife, is like really good.
Right.
And Josh was, enjoying the day. You know what I mean? So, I'm not sure how good of a partner he was, but I digress. It was fun.
Oh, that's good.
So I was introduced to a new card game.
So I played euchre probably the last time I was in Ontario, so 18 or 19. And I played with my uncle, who unfortunately has since passed, and then a couple cousins. And I loved it, but I couldn't explain the rules to people now, but I really got pulled into it. But everybody else had experience playing, and whoever had me as a partner lost.
Yeah, that's fair.
There is, sure, it's cards, and I guess you could say there's luck, but you got to be sharp, and you got to figure out what everybody else has in their hand, because you're only playing with the 9s through the aces, right?
That's correct.
And
it's suit dependent,
right? And by who wants to go first, or what you were saying earlier, I'd forgotten. You can do all in.
You can go in on your own,
right?
If you have the jack,
so
and the opposite color jack.
You're trying to beat your own partner, but then your partner and yourself would enjoy all the points from that.
Yeah,
it's one of the more, to me, complex and tactical card games, I would think.
Yeah.
Now, people know, if they've listened to me over the years, I'm really into a variety of board games. So we're going to discuss this for the off-topic topic, presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. What is the best board or card game? We'll do either one for the cabin. Now, hopefully people understand that vibe. Even if you're not a big cabin goer or don't have a cabin, you sort of understand that vibe.
Yeah.
Right? It's relaxing. You're away from your usual environment, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe your responsibilities are different. The pace of your day is a little different. What is the best board and or card game for the cabin? I'll just nominate one here before we go to break, and I'm sure we'll start getting submissions for this, because I feel like this is one of those topics where if somebody has their favorite, they need to tell people.
Yes.
They're going to need to say it. Well, why haven't you played it? I'm going to nominate, and I've talked about this game before. I'm going to nominate Ticket to Ride.
Yes, you have talked about this.
I've talked about this game before in the board game category. It doesn't take up too much space. It's got a regular size board. Everybody gets, 3 or 4 dozen little colored train car pieces. There are cards you have to set up, but it's maybe 5 minutes set up. And the rules are very easy to understand. On your turn, you either draw a couple cards and take them into your hand, or you play cards of the same color from your hand, which allows you to lay your train cards on the track or on the map. It's pretty simple. It moves along pretty quickly. Yet when it's not your turn, you got a little downtime if you want to fill up your beverage, or you can have a conversation while playing.
It's a social game.
Yes, you have to concentrate on your hand. You sort of have to have a little bit of a plan. But it's not as if it's not one of those games where if it's your turn, you have to stop. It's like, Hey, everybody, I'm not going to talk for 2 minutes. I got to figure out my turn. You can kind of say, I got to do this, and oh yeah, and then I ran into Cousin Jeff last week. It's pretty good that way. And it's competitive enough because there could be like the cards you can choose from are face up. So I need the orange train. I need the orange train card in my hand to complete my orange train. Oh, you don't take it. Great. Oh, Koob didn't take it. I'm going to get Iwanek just took it.
Oh,
and then when you're building lines between cities, only so many people can build on that line. So it's like, I'm going to connect Calgary and Winnipeg next turn. Actually, Calgary and Winnipeg are on the map for the base game. I'm going to connect Calgary and Winnipeg next turn. How about this? I'm going to get like 15 points. Oh, yeah, still. Iwanek just took that. Can't go there now.
Right.
So it's got a little bit of, it's light. The rules aren't hard. You can be social while you're playing, but it's still competitive and has some of those take that moments that I think are fun for that environment.
I like that. I've never played the game. For me, the card game, it's not even close. I mean, yes, I learned how to play Ushrey last night.
Yeah,
that's what the fancy people call it.
Ushrey.
Ushrey. I learned it last night, but to me, it's crib. I mean, crib is the Cadillac of card games at the cabin. Board games, I'm going to throw out Sequence.
Well, I've never played that. I don't think.
My wife's family is a big Sequence family, or Tile Rummy.
Okay.
Tile Rummy's up there as well. But Sequence it's a mindless game, but it's partners. It's good. It's conversational. You can get mad at people for stealing your chip or putting down a wild card. It's a good game. And the thing that I like the most about Sequence is that kids can play very easily.
Right.
And even if they don't know your strategy or whatever, you can hand your card to a 5-year-old and say, hey, put this chip on the king of spades.
Oh, okay, right.
Then they feel like they're involved.
I'd say Ticket to Ride, certainly in your, maybe like a 4-year-old would, but again, how many games would really be geared towards a
Is Crokinole a board game?
It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game.
What category would it fall into here?
It'd be a dexterity game.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Like a labyrinth? Remember labyrinths? Where you'd have to... And you
have to
move the ball through the
right.
maze. Those are fun.
I'm going to say this. I know a couple people put it in the nasty chat. Cards Against Humanity is not a game. It's an activity where you try to make people laugh. I know there's I think a way you can score points or vote on the best one. Cards Against Humanity is not a game. It's an activity.
It's coming in the chat.
I'm not counting it.
In the afternoon.
If you
inbox.
like doing it, that's fine, but I don't think it falls into the category of a game. It's an activity. It's a fun activity where let's see how dirty we can be. Let's see how silly we can make these answers.
So is Pictionary a game?
Yes.
Or is it an activity?
No, it's a game because there's rules and points and ways to advance on the board.
What are your thoughts on Yahtzee? We talked about Yahtzee.
Yeah, Yahtzee's a game.
Yahtzee's a great game.
Yahtzee would be a good one for the cabin too.
Yeah.
And that's any player count. You could do 2 people. You could do 10. Or you could probably even play yourself and just try to beat a high score. So anyway, the off-topic topic for William
It's off
Huff,
and running.
What is the best board game and or card game for the cabin?
And while you're at it, smash a thumbs up for all the Milnes in Northern Ireland watching right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had some nice words. Hello, Milnes in Ireland.
That's awesome. How many are there?
Oh boy, there's a lot.
Jason Smith, new head coach of the Oil Kings, is going to join us in about 15 minutes. Here's the one and only Zachary Kubish.
Edmonton's Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Meche have all been ruled out of Saturday's game against the Ticats. Robbie Smith and Brock Moggensen both listed as available. In other news, Jason Smith, former Oilers captain, is the new head coach of the Oil Kings. He played over 1,000 NHL games coaching in both the AHL, WHL, and NHL as well, most recently being an assistant for the Flyers' AHL affiliate, the Phantoms, last season. From Ottawa, it's the Red Blacks and Stampeders going head-to-head to start Week 9. PJ Walker gets his first CFL start as Vernon Adams Jr. is out for the Stamps. Ottawa's Drew Brown gets a call for 5:30 kickoff. MLB action, there's 3 games on tap. Yankees up 7-4 on the Rays, bottom of the 5th. That game's been delayed due to rain elsewhere. Atlanta and Cincinnati go at it before the Rangers and Mariners duke it out. While at home, the Riverhawks take on the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams. We join midway through the contest at 8 o'clock right after the Turf District. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Reid Wilkins and G. Milne have much more on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
When I played against Jason Smith and Jr., and it was only a couple of times, it always shocked me, his transition. Oh, this is a skilled puck-moving defenseman. We had this thing, we called it the Cobra Kai. Like he would basically grab people by the throat and one-arm them down. It was obviously a holding penalty now, but he would do it all the time, and he was vicious.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Tonight on Will It Store, 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Must you click? Click. Thumb. Must you click? Thumb, thumb, thumb. Click, click. Thumb, thumb.
There it is, the Thumb Click Remix, as put together by Zachary Kubish. That's pretty good. Some people a little upset that I've ruled Cards Against Humanity out of the running for a board game and or card game to play at the cabin. I'm not ruling out of something you could do on the cabin or at the cabin or in your free time. I'm ruling it out of the definition of a game. To me, it is not a game.
Right, you're not saying you can't play it.
No, you can. Yeah, you can partake in it.
It's a great game, especially in that setting.
Yes,
because usually libations are abundant.
Yeah,
and vibes are high.
Yeah,
and you can have a little fun at each other's expense.
I'm pleased a lot of people suggesting some form of Trivial Pursuit. Now, but other people might say, I don't want to think.
Well, and that's where I
don't want to lose 6 pies to 1 to the guy that remembers all the trivia.
Though.
Yeah,
it depends. If this is a rainy day at the lake, maybe the box of Axes and Allies comes out. Maybe the Monopoly game comes out.
Yeah,
right. Because then you got a day for it. You got nothing better to do. It's raining.
Yeah, I guess we're trying to suggest something that would appeal to a lot of people. Axes and Allies might be perfect for some people. Other people might be like, "What is going on?" So that's why I think Ticket to Ride is a good suggestion. And it's more of a modern game, I guess. I think it came out in 2007. Maybe it's a little older than that. I think it's from this century. So that would be one I would suggest. A 2-player game, and I actually may buy a copy of this and keep it in our bookshelf in the hangout. And if a couple guys ever want to play it, it's specifically a 2-player game. So maybe this, first time at the cabin with a love interest, perhaps.
Okay.
Or maybe you're going out there to get engaged.
Spicy.
It's called Lost Cities. To play the game, you need to know how to count to 10.
Oh, boy.
But it's extremely, it's really a take that game. Because there's there's a pile of discarded cards that people can take to add to your hand. But if somebody puts something on the discarded card, it's no longer available. Like it's not one where you can fish through.
Right.
And you basically have to have a stream of cards of the same color. But there's only one, there's only one white 2, for example.
Okay.
So you want to try to get as many whites out as possible. And you have the white 1 and you play it. And then you're like, okay, I got to try and get the white 2 because I got the white 3. And then I play the white 2 to start my white line. You're like, oh, okay, that's good. Well, now at least I know I can play the 3. And the way it works is at the end of the game, for however many, they're called expert. Like there's a little theme on the game, but
I don't know.
Basically, there's 5 different colors.
Okay.
And then when the deck runs out, you add up the value of all your cards in each row. But here's the catch: if you start a row, you start at minus 20. So sometimes you're better to not even try to attempt a certain color than to attempt it and only play low cards. Right? So you have to get it to at least 20 in each row to score. Those are the rules, but it's like super, super thinky, and you really get pulled in, and it's 1v1 competitive, but the rules are very simple.
Yeah. As long as you say it's simple, okay.
I didn't do a great job describing it.
Collingwood Rob says backgammon or Risk.
Oh, yeah. Classics.
Warren says cribbage hands
Risk?
down.
I don't know.
Best card game. Chris Purper says Stop Thief was a fun board game. Never heard of it.
I don't remember that one.
Rob from the Grove, I love Cards Against Humanity or Mexican Train. Atif says Monopoly or A-Hole.
Okay.
That is a good game.
I think I know what he means.
I think I do. I think I hear him coming now.
I think I hear him coming now.
There it was.
Dun, da, da, da.
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
There actually was too much of the dog in the movie.
Krypton. Dry Fly Mustache Guy
Crypto.
says, my favorite card game is Go Fish until I get bored. Then I go fish.
That he goes fishing for real. That's awesome.
Oh, Dry Fly Mustache Guy.
Yeah, some good suggestions for sure. I like your idea of crib. And crib's kind of one, if you got distracted, you could just pick up where you left off. So that would be a good one. Doesn't take up a lot of, I also think you don't want something that takes up a ton of the table if you can help it. Scattergories, that would be a good one. Maybe you said that already. This is a good topic.
What about Balderdash? Do you remember Balderdash?
Yes, I do remember Balderdash.
You had to find out which clue was incorrect.
Yeah.
That was a great game.
And because that tests because you have to write something out as if it might be a real definition.
You write it, and so they provide the real definition, and other people can vote on yours, which is incorrect.
Right.
But if you actually get it right, then you get bonus points.
Or if people pick yours as the real definition, you get points. Or if the guesser guesses the real definition, then they get points. That's a good one. That's a good. Now, some people might say, Jay, too much thinking. Like too much thinking. I don't need to have to write and stop to think. I want to do something where I can converse with people while I'm playing. But having said that, that one can get pretty. It feels pretty social, even if there's times where everybody's just writing on their own because you're saying what's everybody, and then there's a suspense of like, well, what's everybody else going to say? Well, my definition sounds really stupid. No one's going to pick it, right?
But then there's always the 1 or 2 per round that are just completely off the rails and hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? My daughter's got a board game for their birthday. Jumanji.
Like the movie.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Is it based on the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
And you're a team, which is what I like about it. It's not you're trying to win for yourself. You as a group are trying to win.
Yeah, it's a cooperative game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's
neat.
like Pandemic. The first Pandemic was popularized the cooperative thing. Like you win or lose as a team. There's a lot of those that are really fun too.
Mex Pizzozu says, is Mahjong a board game?
Yeah, it'd be a tile laying game. So it'd be a game. More of a game than Cards Against Humanity. Like if you say Cards Against Humanity is a game, you might as well say that sitting around and swearing at your friend across the room is a game.
Sometimes that's quite fun. Don't count that out. The Elks injury report was just released here at 3:00. Nick Anderson is out. He hasn't practiced all week. Zach Mathis did not practice, listed as out. And Robbie Smith, D lineman, who's been sidelined with an elbow injury, was limited at practice this week, but listed as available. And Royce Metier, safety, has not practiced this week, listed as out.
Okay. So Anderson, the big loss there.
Huge.
If he's not going to be able to play against the Tiger Cats, 1 o'clock on Saturday. Jay and I are in the Banquet studio craving a late night snack. Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu, Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real, play hard. We got the Coob with a sports update, and then on the other side of the break, the new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings, Jason Smith.
Today's Elks injury report had Nick Anderson, Zach Mathis, Royce Metier, and Michael Broderick ruled out of Saturday's game against the Ticats, Robbie Smith and Brock Moggensen being available for the contest. Meanwhile, the Oil Kings have named a new head coach, hiring former Oilers captain Jason Smith as their bench boss. He coached in the WHL, AHL, and NHL with his last head coaching position, or stint, coming back with the WHL Rockets from 2016 to 2019. Elsewhere, CFL Week 9 action continues. From Ottawa, as 1-6 Red Blacks challenge the 5-2 Stampeders. Vernon Adams Jr. out for Calgary, meaning PJ Walker gets his first CFL start. Drew Brown is good to go for Ottawa. In the majors, Rays and Yankees have a rain delay in their series closer. New York leading 7-4 in the bottom of the fifth. 2 other games are on tap. Seattle hosting Texas, and the Braves and Reds playing as well. Down at RE/MAX, it's the Riverhawks closing their series against the Night Owls. Tune into the action on any of EST's audio streams with our coverage starting at 8 o'clock. Right after the Turf District. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. Up next, it's Jason Smith from the Oil Kings on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
How many people will be in attendance at the Draisaitl wedding? Over under at 150, by the way.
Oh, that's a good number, Tom.
Thank you.
I mean, family on both sides has got to equate to at least 40, 50 people.
Easily.
Right? At least.
Easily.
I could see this being more of a 200-person affair. I'm going to hammer the over on that.
Take the over?
Yeah.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. We are pleased to welcome to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, the new head coach of your Edmonton Oil Kings in the Western Hockey League, a name well known in this part of the hockey world. It is Jason Smith checking in. Jason, you're on with Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Very good, guys. Thanks for having me. Happy to be back in Edmonton here, and obviously excited about the challenge ahead.
Well, right on. Thanks for doing the interview, too. I know you're probably doing several dozen today with a bunch of different shows.
I've been working hard. I need some throat lozenges and dry mouth.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and you and I have talked a few times over the years on my old show, so I'm really happy to have you in Edmonton representing the Oil Kings. But I have to start on a bit of a lighter note, though. You must have really missed long bus rides, eh?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I was lucky enough to work in this league a couple times before, and you know what? I don't mind the bus. I can get comfy, put on a good Netflix show, and pass the time away. If there wasn't a Netflix around and Amazon Prime Video and stuff like that, it would probably be a lot tougher. But it's a great way to pass the time, and obviously you can get lots of work done, and hopefully I'll be able to catch a few Z's along the way.
All right. Well, it's great to have you back. And as you mentioned, you do have experience in this league and as an assistant in the NHL. We have Matt Cassian on our noon show. You worked with him in Ottawa when you were with the Senators, and obviously in the American Hockey League as well. This might be hard to sum up, but when you look at your journey as a coach, what are the kernels of that are really the foundation of now what you want to bring to the Oil Kings?
Well, I think it starts with the knowledge of the game that I have. I think that kind of starts there. But I mean, as I've gone around, started obviously in player development with the Senators and getting a chance to work with guys and be around them on a regular basis, and then dealing with a lot of the injured guys that were in Ottawa in the National League, getting a feel for what they liked, what kind of information they like to hear as players, and then getting that experience in Ottawa. Kind of with no real experience as a coach, but in a tough situation where one of the assistant coaches, Mark Reeds, got sick, and I went from doing player development right to the bench, and I got my feet wet right away in the best league in the world, and I've kind of just been picking up things along the way. I've learned from guys I worked with in Kelowna. I learned from working with those guys, Chris Millette and Travis Kakard, and then getting a chance to work with Mark Lamb, obviously another former Oiler, in Prince George. You kind of get a feel for what players are and how to treat people. And then being in the American League the last 4 years is back in pro hockey, and you kind of see the steps of the journey along the way for the players. And obviously coming back to junior, you get an opportunity to help them along the way, and the realization that in junior hockey there are still steps to get to that next level. And I want to do my best to obviously have success here, but help players make that journey and give them the best opportunity to do that.
Yeah, well, and in terms of that journey, I mean, you're dealing with young men in an interesting part of their life. I mean, even in that age range, there could be a big difference between a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old in terms of their life experience and how they're processing the world. And let's face it, some of these guys you're going to coach might go on to be stars in the NHL. Some of them, their hockey journey might more or less end after the 20-year-old season. Like, how do you look at the challenges of dealing with that age range and sort of those different levels of physical and mental development you might come across?
Well, I think it starts with creating a good environment. I think it's important for the coaching staff, the equipment staff, the medical staff, strength and conditioning staff to all sit down and talk and make sure we're all on the same page with a good plan. And I mean, I plan on coming to the rink, on a daily basis with a positive attitude. I mean, there's going to be some growth steps and times maybe where it's not the greatest day for some of the players, but if us as a staff can come in and be positive and help with that side of it and give them a good environment, it's only better for them to grow. And whether you're a 16-year-old with aspirations of playing in the National League, or you're a 20-year-old that may just move on and play, Canadian University or go to the U.S. University, developing good people is something that's going to be important. I think life skills, and we can do that as coaches, just trying to generate people that are friendly, good people that love the game of hockey and can maybe move on and have success, whether it's in hockey or doing something else. But, working in a team environment and being a good teammate and a team player is not just involved in hockey. If you want to go be a lawyer, you're working in the team environment and you're starting at the bottom of the totem pole to start. If you want to be a tech guy, whatever you want to do, accountants, most guys start in a team environment, and you earn your stripes before you really make the big times.
Oil Kings head coach Jason Smith joining us. I'm glad you said something to that last answer, because you said you want to come to the rink and bring positivity every day. And look, you were really admired as an Oilers player because you played like this. For the people on the audio streams, I'm holding up my stick like I'm cross-checking somebody. And somebody said to me today, "Well, Jason Smith is going to whip those kids into shape." And I was like, I don't really know if that's his approach, right? I mean, you probably had a lot of coaches. It's a lot about teaching. I'm not saying you wouldn't put your foot down sometimes, but it doesn't seem like that's your obviously overall approach to teaching these kids.
No, I mean, I think the style of coaching and the way players are coached at all levels is a lot different for, say, when I came into the league, or players that were in the league before me. I think it's continued to evolve just as the game has. Being able to approach people in different ways. Like I said earlier at the press conference today, some players you can show them video and they can pick up something right away. Some guys, they need to be showed over and over, and other guys you can draw it on a chalkboard with a dry erase marker and eraser and move on, and they catch it. And then other guys we're going to have to take out and spend a little more time with. I think there's kind of a mass approach to it. You got to be detailed. You don't want to overbear them with information. I think simplicity and having structure and having everybody as the staff on the same page to help relay those messages will be a real positive environment and give guys the best opportunity.
Jason, I wanted to ask and add on to Reid's question there, because, yeah, you were known as an intense, intimidating player. Earlier on, Two Guys in the Goalie, a former teammate of yours, Joaquin Gage, referred to you as a warrior. And although you can't necessarily play the game the same as it was played in those days, is there still an intensity that you will expect out of your players and a level of, don't give up, don't quit that obviously propelled you throughout your career?
Oh, for sure. I want them to be a competitive, hardworking team, not just in games. I want us to be able to compete in practice, get better, challenge each other in practice to grow your game, to compete against high competition. And I think if we can establish that environment where being the ultimate competitor and being a team that's hard to play against pretty much gives you a chance to win every game. I mean, some games you might not score goals. You might be having a tough night around the net scoring, or some games an early goal might go in, and you got to have the passion and the will to stay competitive, keep pushing, and if you give yourself an opportunity with a skill, with a high level of skill like we have, and a will that doesn't go away, we're gonna be very competitive, and it's going to lead to positive results, and it's going to lead to a lot of players having real positive years.
I'm going to ask you this one because this has come up with other junior coaches I've interviewed over the years. Will you, again, given the age group you're dealing with, will you have a policy on cell phone usage and when they are acceptable and not acceptable in the team environment?
Well, I think it's something that I believe that when you're at the rink, especially in junior hockey, there's no real reason for your cell phone to be in the locker room unless you're attached to the music player and you're the guy in charge of that. I don't think you need to be, sitting there text messaging from the change stall area or in the lounge. I think it's an important part of, being dialed in and giving yourself the best opportunity to be focused. I think, obviously if there's a situation where you need to be in contact with somebody, we have lots of staff. I think it'll be, involved in reaching out to them, letting them know that maybe there's something going on that you're kind of in and I think obviously sustaining a good environment, but also, in situations like that, since you did say, obviously have said that there's a young group, sometimes you have a kid that might be 15 up as an affiliate player or a 16-year-old kid. Sometimes they might need to call mom and dad and reach out and, restabilize things and balance things, or, if they're checking on somebody medical wise. I think there's reasons that you can have, situations where you don't need to be on the phone, but I don't think you need to be in the locker room, surfing Twitter and Instagram. And, I don't really have that myself. So I think my daughter set me up a Facebook account about 25 years ago, probably when it first came out. And I think I check it probably once or twice a year. So, I mean, that's kind of my social mentality on Instagram and Twitter and that kind of stuff. I like to get up in the morning and watch the morning news and see what's going on in the world.
Jason, I was hoping to just get your perspective on something that Oilers players might be experiencing. You guys went to Game 7 in 06. You were one win away from the final. Obviously, most of this group did that about 13 and a half months ago and got all the way back and then came up short again. Just from your memories of maybe that summer in 06 coming back for the 06-07 season, what did it feel like reconvening, in September of 07 after that cup final loss? Was there still a period of, man, oh man, how close were we? Like, what was it like for that team moving on? And maybe just if you see any comparisons from what you're seeing with the current group?
Well, I think the bitterness of it going away from losing, in some ways is still there to this day. I think you can move on from it, but realizing how hard it was and what a challenge it is and how many things have to go your way to get there is a starting point. I think it's an absolute credit to that team to get as far as they did again after losing a couple years back. But I think you got to rely on your leadership guys. You need to make sure that attitude is positive, but you got to take that workman mentality when you get back to training camp that league is a hard league and you have to be ready to play all the time, no matter who you're playing. There's going to be some good days and bad days during the year, but you just have to continue with it, continue with the structure and the systems that your team believes in is going to give you the best opportunity and have some good luck along the way and stay healthy. I think that's the biggest thing with teams that go on long runs in consecutive years, almost in any sport, is the wear and tear on the body, and making sure you train properly in the summer, making sure you rest properly is all what it's about. It's about kind of going through the summer and building for the start of the next year, but knowing that if you want to have a long run again, you need to make sure you're focused, you're fit, and trying to do everything you can to stay as healthy as you can.
And I'll just wrap up here. I mean, you and I have talked in the past. I seem like I remember you kind of deflect this sort of thing, but like you were a really popular player. You were a captain of the team, and it's OEG. It's under that whole OEG umbrella. Just how does it feel to be back, like being a part of an Edmonton sports team again? And I don't know if you've already sensed or seen any, but you don't have social media. Like fans are generally happy. Like they generally think it's cool. Jason Smith is back representing an Edmonton team. Does that do anything to you, or you just, no, I got to plow ahead and work?
Well, obviously I think it's great to be recognized. I think, I'm not one to ever really talk about myself or, my hockey career, but I do really appreciate, the atmosphere and the energy has been shown anytime I've come to Edmonton, whether it's for a golf tournament or, catching some of the playoff games. I got nothing but great things to say about the fans that were fans of the Oilers when I played. Some of them are still fans now and, supporting the team. There's a lot of new fans though, but, Edmonton's very supportive of, any player that gets an opportunity to play in this town. And, like I said earlier today, it was the best place, the most fun I had playing hockey. And, my family really enjoyed all the time we spent here.
Jason, we appreciate it. Congratulations on being hired as the coach of the Oil Kings. And we love talking about the Oil Kings, so we'll be having you and your players on throughout the course of the season as well once you guys get rolling. Thanks so much for your time.
Appreciate having you. Thank you.
Right on. Jason Smith checking in. Love interviewing him. I've been lucky enough to talk to him a few times over the years, and he'll be great representing the Oil Kings. Anything stand out for you, Jay?
Business. This is okay. Being back in Edmonton's great. That's awesome. I appreciate the kind words from fans of past years, but this is about this team. This is about 25, 26 Oil Kings.
Yeah.
And let's be honest. Would you expect anything else from Jason Smith?
Well, no. But I also wanted to ask him that question when he brings up positivity. I think he's going to be business. I think he's going to expect that his players focus, but he's not. But I think also from out of that, I got that he understands he's also teaching, that he's also mentoring.
Yes.
And he gave a good answer. He's like, not every player might understand a concept or a play as quickly as others. So I got to figure out, this kid might need a whiteboard. This kid might need video. This kid might just got to take him on the ice and show him where to go, and he's fine. So we understood that. So I feel a little bit. I've seen some. He's gonna whip him into shape. Well, I think maybe he is a hard ass in some ways, but he's not gonna be like practice is just smashing the stick over the boards and scaring the kids. Like, he understands how to coach.
But part of coaching, though, and I believe you heard him in one of his answers, is that kids that age can still learn intensity and effort.
Right.
At a high level. It's hard to beat. A lot of teams, especially in a team sport, may not have as much athletic or God-given talent as the opposition, but the effort and the give a damn, just if that doesn't never turn off, then that's a major success.
Yeah.
Because that's hard to teach.
Well, and we were talking about this on Two Guys on a Goalie today too. His playing reputation won't hurt him. Now, probably a lot of Oil Kings won't remember him playing, but their moms and dads will.
Sure, yeah.
Or uncles or really older brothers, perhaps.
Yeah.
So if they ever say, geez, Coach Smith's asking me to do this, I've never heard of that before, they might say, well,
just do it.
Coach Smith probably would have done that. So he's not asking you to do anything that he wouldn't have done himself. Great to have him on the show. And we look forward to sort of an upswing. I mean, the Oil Kings got into the playoffs last year, had that disappointing first round exit. So hopefully Jason Smith, a guy that can keep helping them to build and maybe get back to the Memorial Cup again. Okay, we're just shy of 4:00. And thanks to Matt Barrett from the Oil Kings as well for lining up that interview. That was awesome, and they did a great job, Kevin Radomski as well, with the news conference this morning at Rogers Place. We still have our Athlete of the Week. We have a very namey. So the afternoon debate, we're going to rename some stuff, but from a very unique perspective, something that I think you'll want to participate in as well. It's Reid Wilkins, Jason Milne, Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta.
The Lock Shop.
How confident are you of the Red Blacks going and getting a win tonight?
When you look at what is left of the Calgary offense, I think it's very likely that Ottawa can win this game. They're getting Drew Brown back. They're more healthy than they've been in a little while, and that's been a big part of their 1-6 start. So I do think that Ottawa's got a really, really good shot at winning this game outright. So do the odds makers. I mean, they're basically around a -200 favorite right now.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect Belts, the perfect fit every time.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Four players are confirmed out for the Elks this Saturday. Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Meche unavailable for the game against the Ticats. Anderson with a groin injury and Mathis due to a back issue. In hockey, former Oilers captain Jason Smith has been named the next head coach of the Oil Kings. Smith having coaching experience in the NHL, WHL, and AHL, most recently as an assistant for the Phantoms, Philadelphia's AHL affiliate last season. Out east, CFL Week 9 action kicks off. Ottawa playing host to Calgary with the Red Blacks 1-6 on the season. The Stamps second in the West at 5-2. PJ Walker gets a start for Calgary. Drew Brown for Ottawa with kickoff at 5:30. In the majors, there's one game live. After a rain delay, Rays and Yankees resume their series closer. Top of the eighth, it's the Yankees up 7-4 after that. The Braves and Reds go toe-to-toe while the Rangers and Mariners duke it out. At home, the Riverhawks look to sweep the Night Owls fresh off a 7-0 win last night. Tune into the action on any of ESC's audio streams. We join the game just after 8 o'clock, right after the Turf District. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Oh, 2 hours until my long weekend. Aren't I a sassy little minx?
Oh.
I'm a little pipsqueak.
Sassy little minx.
Speaking of
thanks,
persnickety.
Matt. Wow.
What did he just bring you?
Barged into our
Matthew
studio.
Iwanek just coming into the studio.
Like he owns the place.
This new studio is great. I love this new work environment. I absolutely love it. I can't get enough of it.
Okay, what do you like best?
I'm actually a little bit sad that I'm off tomorrow.
Because you're going to miss?
I like the flow of the office.
Yep.
How there's a reception area. The two on-air studios are right by reception, but not immediately visible to anybody who just walked in. Like you would come in and think, where are the shows from? Oh, they're right there. You're right close to them. Matt Cassian got lost today. Well, he came in and he went to the far end and he didn't know where the studio was. And then he went to leave and he went to the little maintenance room. He's like, are these the stairs? I was like, no, we got to go back up this way.
That's a sign of a big office.
But it has a nice flow to the back with some workspaces. Dustin and Matt's office, a common area with the TV and the video game machine. the kitchen, and then there's the boardroom that no one's even really used yet.
I can't wait for that
because there's
I'm
no
excited
table
for
in
that
there.
table.
We got a fridge.
Yeah,
that came yesterday, right?
Microwave
came during the show yesterday.
Came during the show.
Microwave's now set up. We have our own bathrooms here, which is nice.
2.
We have more storage. But I just kind of like the layout.
I agree. I said this to Cass earlier because it was the first time he was in here. They said, if you want to do work and just focus and do work, there's a place to do that.
Right.
If you want to shoot the breeze.
Won't be used very often.
If you want to shoot the breeze with the fellas, there's a place for that. But there's also a little place, I think that's what the boardroom's going to bring, is a little bit of the mix of both.
Right.
So it's phenomenal. It's great. It's been really neat pulling into here and walking up the stairs and being like,
yeah, it's just something brighter about it, I guess, which is really cool.
A real breath of fresh air.
But our great programming remains the same, including this section.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta, you can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills at the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus.
Well, this one's a simple one. CFL's on tonight. You know I like my bets to be topical. So here's the thing. Stampeders lost in kind of unfortunate, I guess, circumstances last week as they lost Vernon Adams Jr. In came PJ Walker. Looked like he'd never played football before. It looked bad.
Right.
But this is a professional quarterback. This is a quarterback who has played in the NFL. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily translates perfectly to the CFL game. But what I'm saying is there's something there. Now, give PJ Walker a week as the guy, as the number one rep,
right?
Which I'm also hoping helps Cody Fajardo in the Elks offense on Saturday,
right?
And maybe you see something there because all of a sudden, a team in Saskatchewan that everybody was saying, "Wow, this is the biggest surprise in the CFL," is now a major underdog going into Ottawa,
right?
Which I don't get. And I understand. Okay, this could be a close game, sure. But I'm telling you, when you see a line at plus 154 money line for Calgary to win, that's just too much value in those odds for me to look the other way. So I talked to the people at Play Alberta. They boosted it to plus 167. So that's it. Calgary Stampeders, a win on the money line, plus 167. I mean, Reid, this is something, you might need to sprinkle, Reid. I'm just saying, because if you let's say you put $5 on that bad boy.
So this is just Calgary to win the game.
$5 wins you back $13.35.
Well, I think Calgary is going to win the game.
I do too. I think this is great value. So if you want to join, if you want to ride with Jay, head over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials, and Jay's play of the day. Calgary Stampeders to win plus 167.
Yeah, I think they will. I think Walker with a week to prepare under Dave Dickinson.
Yeah.
I don't think Ottawa's that good. I think Calgary's going to win the game.
And their defense didn't all of a sudden become bums.
Right. Yeah, good point.
Right? They're still a very good defense. So this is I like this play. That's Jay's play of the day.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. That is a good one. And Dusty's calling that game tonight, right?
Yeah.
And then I think he has Sask BC on Saturday. No, that was last week. It's
would he be in Edmonton?
No, it's the other game.
He's not calling the Edmonton game?
No. It's Sask Montreal. Sask Montreal. Right, he's got the second half of the doubleheader. He has Saskatchewan and Montreal. Should be a good game too. Two of the top teams right there.
Yeah, I think Sask is going to roll.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Reid, I saw too much of McLeod Bethel Thompson last year to really appreciate or expect much.
Yeah, Montreal's good though. I think
Montreal's good, but as you know, in this league, if you don't have a viable option at quarterback, you can have the best defense in the league. You can have the best special teams.
I don't know. I just think going into Montreal, Sask 6-1.
Yeah, but they banned the vuvuzelas.
Is that
Those
the noise
are
they make?
awful.
That's not even the noise they make. I tried to replicate it. I did a terrible job. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is using the afternoon inbox, courtesy River Cree Resort and Casino. Happy hour featuring drinks for $5.25, available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Okay, we got a bit of a fun one here, and this is going to serve as our afternoon debate for Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club. Fall in for flavor and fairways. Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club, open to the public with Twilight golf specials that go easy on your wallet, and wings so good they should be on parade. Hit the course, crush some wings, and soak in the sunset. Visit egmgolf.com, egmgolf.com to book your round today.
We need to book a date.
Yeah, we still got to go, even if we just play 9 somewhere.
Well, that's what I'd like to do.
We'll try to go in the next couple weeks.
No. Like, we have to book
We're not booking it right now, Jay. Okay? We're doing the show. We're not booking a round of golf mid-show while we're doing the show. Okay? We'll take care of it a little later. Okay, we're not going online and booking our round while we're doing the afternoon debate.
Boo! You suck!
But you're right. We do have to get out and play.
We got to get out there.
Even if we get out and play, because we could play 9 in an hour and a half.
9, yeah. Let's get out there.
Still be here by
9.
11 at the latest.
Let's say hi to Matt.
Depending on when we go.
Yeah.
He might want to come golf with us.
Not that Matt. The Matt at the Garrison.
Yeah, Wannick might want to golf with us. Like, no, we didn't actually book it, Matt.
Coob.
Yeah, Coob could golf.
Coob's
trying to break 100.
Is he though?
On 18 or on 9?
On 9, I've done it a few times. No,
Yeah.
I on 18. Most
Okay.
recent.
And how
time
close
I've done
are you? Can we talk about this?
We can, yes. I'm actually going backwards.
You're getting worse.
Well, sometimes that happens until you iron out
maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, that can happen when you're learning a new swing, and then it starts to click.
Well, I played Lewis Estates and I gave up halfway through. Like I stopped tracking.
Now-
Like just give me 10 every hole.
Are you playing from the shorter one set of the shorter tees, like at least the whites, if not even the
I was
reds?
on whites. Yeah, I wasn't playing black tees.
No.
Yeah, you don't need to be back there.
Yeah, no, I was playing white tees. And
White's max. White's max.
Max, yes.
Yeah. I know guys who are 10 handicaps that play the whites. Like,
yeah, it just
maybe not 10s, but lower than me.
Most of them are like
keep at it,
10 or
Coop.
so
Don't
yards
give up.
different. No,
Yeah.
I won't
If
give
you're
up.
enjoying golfing, don't give up.
I do enjoy it, but when I'm hitting 10 shots every hole, it's,
You'll get
it's
better.
a little hard.
I hope you get better.
I hope I do
If
too,
not,
yeah.
then maybe.
If not, then it's time to quit.
It's time to get a new sport.
Yeah.
Martial arts.
Maybe swordsman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we will golf together. What is the afternoon debate? This is your idea, and I quite like it.
Well, I was just thinking, and I thought it'd be fun because there's some names in sports that I get why they were named that. But now knowing what you know about whether it's the city or the area or the sport, it's all specific to the team.
Right.
There might be better names out there. For one, I'll just start it off with this. Okay. If they were to rename the Nashville Predators right now, I was thinking it would be a cool name to be called the Nashville Stags. Because you could have that gnarly looking antler,
right?
Like a badass looking stag deer as your logo. But then it's also a double meaning because it's the stag and stagette capital.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Of America.
Yeah.
So the Nashville Stags. Because you know why they're called the Predators?
Isn't it something to do with a fossil?
Yeah, they unearthed, they were building in 1971. They were constructing this tower.
It was in the 70s.
In the 70s, Reid.
Okay.
And a saber-toothed tiger fossil was discovered in the site. So for some reason, later that century, they decided to name their hockey team after it. But I would like to see the Nashville Stags would be cool.
Well, and or maybe you were off that day. The players were going around with T-shirts that said "Preds in the community." In this day and age, especially since online has taken over, would you call a new team the Predators?
Actually, that's
you
interesting.
Probably wouldn't.
You'd
probably say, you know what? Let's just steer away from any possible connotations or other thoughts or misusages of the term. Because like late 90s, it's like, yeah, Predators, like we're mean, like we're gonna pounce on the opposition.
Jeez, that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Wonder when that long till that gets canceled.
So yeah, I don't think a team would call itself the Predators now. I think they'd say, you know what? Somebody in the meeting would be like, cool idea, cool logo with the saber tooth. Have we thought about other usages of the word Predator in this day and age? Yeah. So I like that one. Stags is a good idea, and you could have like a really imposing antler thing or something like that.
You know, like the Jägermeister logo. You know, like a bad looking stag.
I came up with a few. Where should I start? Well, I'll start with this one because it's a name I've kind of mocked over the years, and I understand why the team was called this. But what's the one hockey team that I'm like, oh, mean name? I'm so scared. Penguins.
Yeah,
I get it. You get the alliteration with Pittsburgh. It is a cold weather bird. Hockey's played on ice. I get it. But I always have felt like it's a penguin. Like, can you pick a more athletic animal? Like one that doesn't have to shuffle its feet to walk around and falls down every 4 seconds? So how about this? If they want to stick with the alliteration, but use an animal and have something a little more menacing and you could still have fun with the logo, what about the Pittsburgh Piranhas? Hey?
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what does Piranhas have to do with Pennsylvania?
Nothing. Same thing as Penguins.
True. But, I like you think alliteration is important in sports names?
Well, not always, but I thought I would stick with a P name since they had a P name.
Right.
As opposed to going the Pittsburgh Flamingos.
Pontificators.
The Pontiffs.
Pontiffs.
You could just have the Pope's picture. Well, it could be in Chicago now.
yeah, true. So the Pittsburgh Piranhas.
The Pittsburgh Piranha. Think of the logo.
The logo would be
It could almost look like the penguin going from side to side, but it's the piranha teeth.
Well, the piranha with the penguin in its mouth.
Yeah. If they changed, that's how they could get rid of the old logo.
I like that. You know, one that's bothered me for a long time. Stanford. You know what the team name is for the Stanford?
I believe it's Cardinal without an S.
Yes.
Because at one point it was Cardinals.
Stanford Cardinal.
And now is it not referred to the color, that shade of red? And their logo is a tree?
That's what it was. It refers to the school's primary color, which is cardinal red.
Okay.
Now, they have the tree right there in the logo.
Right.
Their mascot is a giant redwood.
Yeah, as well.
Why didn't they call themselves the Stanford Redwoods?
Just go for it.
It still says red, but California is synonymous for redwood trees because that is the tree. It's a Palo Alto redwood. The Stanford Redwoods. I mean, come on. What are we doing?
To me, that doesn't roll off
trademark
the tongue.
It rolls off better than Cardinal.
Stanford Redwoods.
A singular form. It stinks.
The trees are not very mobile. They're not very athletic.
They're husky. They can withstand a lot of pressure.
Tall, I guess.
Yeah. The Stanford Redwoods.
So do you just not like that they went with a singular form of a word that we think of as in the plural?
I don't like all of it. Okay. I don't like the singular form. I don't like that they incorporate a tree into the logo now, but they refuse to use it in the name, which actually is part of Cardinal Redwoods. I mean, it's a no-brainer. How the people in Stanford's like the Ivy League of the West Coast. How those smart people haven't come up with this, I don't know. That Stanford Redwoods should be a thing.
I'll stay in California then, and I'm going to change the team names for a couple of baseball clubs that moved from New York to California and just kept the names. There was the New York Giants, became the San Francisco Giants. There was the Brooklyn Dodgers, the Trolley Dodgers, that just stayed the LA Dodgers. So they didn't really Californianize those names. Now, I get a Dodger could be someone who's dodging in baseball or, is quick or something like that. I get it. And Giants, I suppose, can apply in any market. So I understand why they kept them, but they could have kept them more unique to that community. there's a lot of teams named after birds. Do you know what the state bird of California is?
Bald eagle.
No, something else. I'm going to tell you right away. So for the Dodgers, because they should have adopted the name of the entire state since they were the first team out there and they're going into LA. The California quail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Quail.
Yeah.
What's a quail?
It's a bird.
I should brush up on my birds. Apparently there's a bird draft next Wednesday.
Oh, are you in it?
I believe.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that.
Quail. That's a beautiful bird.
Yeah. The California quail.
I thought you were going to say the Los Angeles Californians. That'd be kind of cool.
That actually would be kind of cool. And they could have
great.
Fred Armisen do all their. And then I took the I-10 down to Beverly Hills. Remember that sketch?
The San Francisco inmates.
Okay, I have one for San Francisco. I thought about doing something Alcatraz-y, but I didn't. Why not honor the California Gold Rush? And you could have named San Francisco either the San Francisco Rush or the San Francisco Gold.
Ooh, I like the San Francisco Gold.
The San Francisco Gold.
That is slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's smart.
And the logo could be a glove with a nugget of gold in it. Like you've caught it. Yeah.
Or a nugget of gold with a pickaxe, you know?
Right. Something like that.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I like that.
I'll write them a letter immediately.
Yes, please. I mean, if there's probably somebody from the team listening. So
I'm sure we get a
these
big
are copyright
in
by
San
the way.
Francisco.
Yeah. I'll go down Highway 2.
Oh, good. I'm going to do that as well. Will
you?
this be the last one for now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my other one I don't like as much.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we got 3 or 4 minutes here before we get a break.
Okay. So, the Calgary Flames.
Right.
I mean, this came over from Atlanta.
Right.
There's nothing. And do you know why they decided to keep it?
I think because of the flames,
the oil
that burn
and gas
off. Yeah,
industry.
Right.
But when you think of oil and when you think of Calgary, the flame, that's kind of
not the first thing you
That's
think.
kind of the worst part of the oil industry, really, because you're burning it off.
Right.
To be honest, it's not a great sight. If you've ever driven past the east side of Edmonton or out towards Fort Saskatchewan, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But I thought, why not embrace the Western heritage that Calgary obviously enjoys?
Yeah.
And relishes in. And I was going to go the Calgary Broncos. Can you imagine the Calgary Stampeders and then the Calgary Broncos? And just have rip off Denver's or Wyoming's, Bronco.
Right.
That logo. And you could go so many ways with it.
Now, maybe at the time when they moved here, I don't know if they considered changing the name. They didn't want to take a team from, a team name that was used in another
But now
sport.
I don't think you'd be allowed to keep the same name.
Yeah. I mean, Calgary Cowboys is an obvious one.
Calgary Cowboys.
But would they want to be the same as Dallas at the time in the early 80s? Would have the Dallas Cowboys tried to block it or something like that?
Because Calgary took on that horse. Remember the horse with the breathing coming out of its nostrils
or whatever it was called. Yeah.
Yeah, they did try move towards the horse.
Right.
So I think if they could do it again, the Calgary Broncos.
I have a few for Calgary. So
Okay.
I wrote down the Cowboys, though I don't think that's realistic. Now, again, this comes from another team. The Calgary,
Which is okay.
The Calgary Bulls, if they're going for that whole cowboy,
I like that
ranch imagery of strength and power and stuff like that, like the Calgary Bulls. Again, there were the Chicago Bulls at the time when they moved to Calgary. That Michael Jordan was, he's probably still in high school, 81, maybe he was at North Carolina already. So the Bulls weren't the Bulls that we think of them now. But what have they said? Do we want to be another team? But Calgary Bulls could have been fun. I wrote down Calgary Chinook as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what does everybody from Southern Alberta say? Yeah, sure, we get snow like you guys do in Edmonton, but do you have a Chinook?
Yeah. Hey, if you want to gaze your eyes to the western skyline, you'll see the Chinook Arch right there.
Exactly. So I wrote that one down. What about the Calgary Thoroughbreds?
Yes.
Yeah. Something like that. Something horse speed related.
Yeah.
I think that the
Calgary Mustangs?
The Flames missed a lot of opportunity. Yeah, I think the AHL team is called that right now.
Okay.
I think the team that was the Calgary Royals became the Mustangs. But that's a good one. Something there's so much. If they wanted to stick with the
Western
Stampede
heritage.
Western theme, that you can't be the Stampeders, obviously. There's so many words or animal names I guess words that would provide animal imagery or just flat out animal names that to me would have worked. The Calgary Chucks. I don't know. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that had probably gotten canceled. I got another one for an NHL team. We have a lot of listeners from this region.
Okay.
Winnipeg.
Oh, you're not messing with the Jets.
Oh,
my God, Jay. So you're saying when they came back into the NHL, they shouldn't have used Jets?
What about
Thrashers?
Hear me out.
Okay.
We've talked about this character on the show. What about the Winnipeg Winnies?
I thought you were going to say poos.
No, Winnipeg Winnies. I mean, obviously it would go towards Winnie. I don't know how you'd logo it, but the WW would be cool.
That's hilarious.
The Winnipeg Winnies. Can you imagine just Eeyore?
Yeah, just that they could have been the Winnipeg Donkeys. The Winnipeg Sad Donkeys.
But there's a lot of teams like Minnesota. You know, obviously Dallas had taken the Stars.
Right.
But when they, like Minnesota Wild. What?
Yeah.
What is that? What's like the Wild? The Great Wild?
Yeah, just the outdoors.
Awesome. Yeah.
They could have used
creative.
something with North in it maybe again. So
like the Minnesota, you know, what I don't know, like Wolverines.
Northern Bears.
Northern Bears. Yeah. I don't know. That name, I've never liked the Minnesota
This is a good
Wild.
topic. We may revisit this one.
We could just do sports.
The AHL team in Calgary is the Wranglers, so they could have done that. Roe Nelson, the Calgary Kachuk Wagons. That's clever. That's one of the best messages we've ever received with this show. That is really good. The Calgary Kachuk Wagons, which I guess wouldn't fit now. The Minnesota Ducks, the Minnesota Fishers, people are putting in that one as well. I think Calgary has the most possibilities, like something to do with
Western
ranch culture, Western culture, the Stampede.
How about the Calgary Farriers?
Oh, that's the nail trimmers, the videos we watch?
Yeah. The Calgary Hooves.
We'll trim you up and send you on your way. All right, that was fun. That was the afternoon debate for Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club. Our athlete of the week is coming up. Wildcats head coach Kevin Wuthrich as well. We're going to do buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Name the animals later. Well, this is just what a way for me to go into my long weekend. This is just incredible. Here's the Coop.
According to Sportsnet, the Jays are acquiring Louis Varland and Ty France from the Twins. Alan Roden and Kendry Rojas being sent the other way to Minnesota. One game wrapped up. Only 3 games on tap in the MLB. Tampa and New York closed out their series. Yankees winning 7-4. Meanwhile, at home, the Riverhawks take on the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of ESC's audio streams. We join midway through the contest at 8 o'clock after the Turf District. And staying in Edmonton, Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Metier have all been rolled out for the Elks against the Ticats on Saturday. Robbie Smith and Brock Moggensen both listed as available. In other news, Jason Smith, former Oilers captain, is the new head coach of the Oil Kings. He's been the assistant coach for the Flyers AHL affiliate for the Phantoms over the past 4 seasons. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks and Stamps go head-to-head to start Week 9. PJ Walker gets his first CFL start as Verdon Adams Jr. is out for the Stamps. Ottawa calling upon Drew Brown for 5:30 kickoff. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. We have a brief break before the Reid Wilkins Show rolls on. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
BST legal analyst Eric Macramella.
Dreisaitl's deal was 93%, I think, I wrote, signing bonuses. Now, up to 35% of a player's salary that wasn't otherwise exposed to Canadian taxes is now exposed to Canadian taxes. That by itself doesn't kill Canadian teams, but it's part of the ongoing narrative that it's difficult to compete with U.S. teams, particularly those in tax-free states.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by South Fort Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. We've got a sunny day. It's a scorcher out there. I don't see a cloud in the sky right now, which would be tough for the fellow that we're about to talk to, and his players must be going through it because this hot temperature is difficult if you're in full football gear, which is how we're going to welcome on our next guest, head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats. It's my man, Kevin Wuthrich. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, guys. Can you hear me?
We got you loud and clear, brother. Hey, first things first, and for those of you that don't know, a little backstory here. And Cash, you can help me with the dates and timelines of this or whatever, but in the last offseason, somebody accidentally drove through the Wildcats clubhouse. Now, the Wildcats clubhouse is situated down in Rundle Park. It's beautiful, very beautiful practice field, great facility. And accidentally, somebody drove their minivan, if I'm not mistaken, through the outside of the building, which was the equipment room, and totally demolished it. So first off, how is that? Is that done and repaired? Or you guys have an equipment room back?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, thankfully everybody was okay during that ordeal. What happened was, accident-wise, a minivan ended up going through our equipment room and pretty much took out the whole wall. There was a whole mini.
Oh no, did he freeze? Well, just get to the good part of the story. Oh, he's back. Kevin, we lost you for a second.
Yes.
Sorry, the story barely started. Do you mind just picking it up from the beginning?
Yeah, not a problem. So May long 2024, unfortunately, we had that accident to our clubhouse, and a minivan ended up coming through our building, and it was sitting in our equipment room. Thankfully, nobody was in the locker room. Nobody was in the building. It was off season for us, and we didn't have any players here. But it was a little bit of a scary situation for sure. But glad to hear that everybody was okay that was involved in that accident. And with regards to our clubhouse and the state it's in right now, the city came in and rebuilt that wall, and looks as good as new. Our equipment room is up and running. We got some new shelving for the area, and yeah, we're good to go. We're feeling good about it. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because yes, that was quite an ordeal, and I'm glad to hear everybody that was involved is safe. Okay, training camp started. How long ago did training camp start, Kevin, and how's it been going thus far?
Yeah, so we started on the 22nd, which was last Tuesday. We got everybody in for testing. Very pleased with the work these guys put in during the off season. Like, we had some outstanding numbers that were being lifted and some good speeds on the 40 time. So what it looks like now compared to what we've seen in the past. Our guys are bigger, faster, stronger, and that's all part of the plan, right? That we got to make sure we got size and speed when we go up against some of the teams we're going up against in the Prairie Football Conference.
So recruiting, as you know, I know in the CJFL and the PFC, it's everything to having the next class of athletes coming to the team. How was the recruiting in the off season for you? And were there any, are there any players, because it's tough. I mean, if you're coming in there at 17 or 18 to come in and be thrust into action against, 21-year-olds, that's a big gap in growth for a lot of these players. But is there any players that you've recruited that you think can make that step and make that adjustment to Prairie football as opposed to high school?
Definitely. I mean, I'll tell you right now, you're here for a reason, right? If you're coming to play for us, and the recruiting process, especially in this town, it starts, right now for next year. Right. For us, our belief, my belief in how I want to build this thing is character first, talent later. You can be the best out there or a top tier guy with regards to what you do. But if you don't fit the mold of how we plan to practice and the discipline that we're trying to instill here with our practice plans and the way we want to, approach games and prepare for games, that comes first and foremost. We definitely want to make sure we got the ones that are truly committed to wanting to get better. And, it starts with character, and it starts with how you sort of handle your daily business, right? So when it comes to recruiting, we got the right guys in our locker room. That's always been number one. And it's our job as a coaching staff to make sure that we're sharpening their tools when it comes to football on the technical side. And, we really upped our coaching staff with regards to making sure we're bringing in knowledge to the room. And I'm eager to see what it looks like, right? We're in the middle of camp, or we're just about to end camp, right? But we'll see what the product looks like when we get on the field. There's nothing like game environment, and that's the true evaluation, right?
Well, you just mentioned your coaching staff, and there were quite a few changes at some key positions on your coaching staff. Speak to a few of those and how that's, because players need to come together on the, during camp, but coaches need to come together that haven't worked together previously. So who are some of the new coaches that you've brought in, and how is it fitting into the coaches room?
Yeah, so I mean, we brought in, starting with our special teams coordinator, Calvin McCarty. He's joined our coaching staff, and is honestly, the guys are just gravitating towards him. And he's earning the trust of the players, and they're getting some good knowledge and information with regards to the special teams staff, or special teams portion of the game. We added Terrace Palawada, who is our now run game coordinator, working very much so with the O-line, working with the pass pro, all that sort of stuff. Defensive coordinator on the defensive side, new coordinator, Dave Noonan. He's coming to us from the Golden Bears. He spent the last 7 years there in various roles, linebacker, running back coach. So not just that, he's an educator, right? He's been a teacher, and, that's the biggest part of what we're doing. Same with Terrace. Terrace is a principal, right, at a school. So, we're making sure we're bringing in educators. We're making sure we're bringing in people who know how to talk with athletes and with this generation of athletes. And, we want to make sure that communication is number one. And we feel that, through camp, you got to be stern with these guys and teach them discipline. But at the same time, you got to earn trust of the players. All that stuff is earned. We're not dictating. We're not, the standard it's part of the standard, but, we're not sitting here trying to instill fear in our players. We're trying to come together and truly, create an environment where we're playing for each other, playing for us, right? So, Justice Momoka, linebacker coach, Callum Noonan helping out with the DB assistant coach, and pretty much, we do have some returning coaches as well too. But how our coaching staff has been coming together, I'll tell you what, man, we've always said this from day one. If our room is good, this team's the locker room's gonna be good. So we're trying to hold true to that.
Kevin Wuthrich, the head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats, joining us on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm wondering how much more advanced, if that word is appropriate, are the players coming out of high school in terms of just knowing like complex offense, even maybe not complex is the right word, but just having a better understanding of how to attack offensively and what they're doing. Like, if you've seen, it's like, oh man, like guys know concepts that 15 or 20 years ago, guys coming out of high school wouldn't have learned yet because the high school football is getting better.
Yeah, well, one thing we're definitely noticing is that the physicality part of the game, these kids are coming in bigger than ever, faster than ever, because there's so much training opportunity out there for these kids to enroll in, right? When it comes to the systematic side of things, there's definitely still a lot of things that need to be taught, and we'll say this in terms of, every system's different. Right. So we do some things that are different than other teams and this and that. So sort of how we want to play football and what we want to get to, there's some intricacies there that need to be learned and developed for sure. But with regards to what we're seeing in our, recruiting from our territory and what a young athlete looks like these days, physically, they're going to be just fine. Mentally, right, we're kind of getting out of that stage where, we're just in that COVID period, right? So now these people or these athletes that we're getting, they're starting to break out of their shell a little bit more than we've seen in the past. And that's important when it comes to learning, right? Communicating. And communication isn't just talking, it's the listening portion of it as well. So they're starting to earn trust or gain trust with the people they're working with. And that's starting to really, we're starting to see it fast forward a little bit with regards to how fast they're learning things and being able to take things on. So, it is good. It is good with regards to what we're getting for athletes, but I'm a coach, right? I want players that we can coach. That's what we want to do and the type of people we want to be here. And, we, at the end of the day, a gamer will be a gamer and do his thing, but there's a lot of habits that we're trying to break before we go and play a different team. And see what that looks like, right? Because at the end of the day, we all got to play the same style of football with regards to our systems that we're trying to teach.
All right, Kevin, I got one more for you before we let you go. Thank you for your time. I know you're in between your job, your day-to-day, and your evenings. So I appreciate you spending a few moments with us, bud. Look,
no problem. We're sitting here in the war room right now. I got my guy here, McCarty, doing some things on his
all
head.
Right.
So.
Good to see him. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to see him. I'm sure that was a good pickup. Look, you came in the year after that team went 0-8. Your first year, you were able to get 1 win. The second year, you were able to get 2 wins. So clearly there's signs of improvement here with this organization. This has not been the greatest times for the Edmonton Wildcats. I know that for a fact. But I know that things are changing there, okay? How do you now get, Kevin, how do you get to the next step, which is getting into the playoffs or, even hosting a playoff game? What are you instilling in your team to get to that next level?
Well, we started this thing off. We had to really flip the room and flip the culture, right? You were a part of that. You were in here and saw what we sort of had to do with regards to creating a beginning. Okay. When I took over that team, when I got hired as the head coach, this team, I had a 3-year plan in my head with regards to, flipping this thing around to get into that playoff mentality and playoff results and championship results, right? And I'll say this, now this is that 3rd year we're getting into. And some of the things that we were teaching the first 2 years, our vets now know what is needed, what is required. And so they're teaching the young guys that are coming in here. And now the young guys are picking up a standard of play that, if they're able to sort of get it going early, then the wheel starts spinning, right? So what we're telling our guys, first and foremost, you got to play together. It's about this has in a world full of social media right now. We truly believe, like we said from day one, we got to keep everything in house, keep it to ourselves, build a brotherhood, work together, work for each other. and be disciplined, right? Penalties throw us back, and especially the undisciplined ones. So that starts with getting the right people in the room, the guys that can control their emotions, right? It truly is a formula to get that winning championship level team they're looking for. But, the message for us is simple. It's about us. It's about, not letting anybody get in between us as a team and molding together so that we can make this playoff push as a unit. And, I always promise my players that I'm not going to let anybody come in here and divide us, right? If there's a divisive a player that's, willing to make it about him more than about this team, this isn't the place for you. And our guys are really starting to understand that. And I'm excited to see, again, we got an exhibition game tomorrow night, and I'm excited to see the young guys get out there and play and see if, they understand what it really means to be a Wildcat. So we look forward to it.
Well, it'll be a good litmus test tomorrow night in Fort Saskatchewan at Taurus Field. You're taking on your crosstown rivals, the Huskies. Now, the ticket sales from that is going to what?
Sorry, you were cutting out there. Say that again.
The ticket sales from that, I think, are going right back into the community in Fort Saskatchewan. So if you're out in that area, or if you want to go see some really high level football, go out to Taurus Field tomorrow night. Huskies, Wildcats, 8:00. Cash, good luck to you, my man. I want to keep tabs on this season, and we'll catch up with you as well as some of your other staff throughout the year. Thanks very much for spending some time with us here.
Always a pleasure, guys. You love watching the show, and keep putting a good product on for the listeners, man. They love you.
Right on. Appreciate it, Kevin. Kevin Wuthrich is the head coach of the Edmonton Wildcats. Yeah, so all these, getting the amateur football getting ready to go. We'll have university football soon. Oil Kings
time
with
of
a
the
big
year
announcement today, so things are starting to ramp up. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Check out Jay's Play of the Day under the EST Specials tab. We are going to have a sport you may not know much about, a sport you may not know anything about, and that's fine. Our athlete of the week is an expert in historical martial arts. How does that happen? Find out next.
The Jays made another splash, trading for Louis Varland and Ty France from the Twins in exchange for Alan Roden and Kendry Rojas. And there's one game wrapped up, 2 games to go in the majors today. Yankees edging out the Rays 7-4 before the Braves and Reds go toe-to-toe. Well, down at Remax Field, the Riverhawks close their series against the Night Owls, looking for the 3-game sweep. Tune into the action right here on any of BST's audio streams. Our coverage starts just after 8, right after the Turf District. And today's Elks injury report: Nick Anderson, Zach Mathis, Royce Metier, and Michael Broderick ruled out of Saturday's game against the Ticats. Robbie Smith and Brock Moggensen being available for the contest. Elsewhere, Calgary visits Ottawa to kick off Week 9 CFL action. Drew Brown gets a start for the Red Blacks. PJ Walker, his first start for the Stamps, kickoff at 5:30. Back in E-Town, former Oilers captain Jason Smith is the new head coach of the Oil Kings. He spent the last 4 seasons as the assistant coach in Lehigh Valley in the AHL. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or give them a call at 780-467-5014. The athlete of the week is next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Jed Roberts this week was on with Reid and Jay. He said he felt Cody was holding on to the balls a little too long. The other thing is the O-line been bad all year, and Trey has masked it to a degree.
Well, because he can run.
That's the one question I want to see this weekend.
He can run and scramble, and Fajardo's not that running, scrambling guy. And if they think he's holding on to the ball too long, then they got to run quicker patterns.
100%.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means three things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Salute to Service is back. Your Edmonton Elks battle the Hamilton Tiger Cats Saturday, August 2nd, 1300 hours. We're incredibly grateful for all those who serve our community, so we're dedicating this game to them with a celebration for all service workers, featuring a pre-game flyover by the Royal Canadian Air Force, and see who wins our inaugural Salute to Service Cup flag football tournament. EE Salute to Service, presented by James H. Brown & Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Tickets start at just $20. Score yours now at goelks.com.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Tonight on Will It Store? One man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Let's begin.
Okay, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. We're having a fun show. We got Name the Animal and Words of the Day coming up. And we always love featuring the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. For over 30 years in Sherwood Park, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in their kitchen. They do it fast so you can slow down. They're a family at Pasta Pantry. When you go there, you're one of them. Check out Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the pregame meal and your home on Edmonton Sports Talk of the Athlete of the Week.
Well, this one, you and I were talking about this. This is going to be great because we don't know too much about this. So we're gonna be asking a lot of questions here. So I'm gonna bring on our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week, who was nominated by listener, an EST listener, Lori Plant. So thank you for the nomination. And by the way, before I bring today's Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week, if you have anybody that you think would fit this mold, what you want to, us to celebrate somebody that email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com or just go on our website, go down to the bottom. There's a contact form. Just put Athlete of the Week in there and nominate somebody. Just like our next guest, Cale Rainkie is the athlete of the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. Cale, how are you doing today?
Not too bad. How about you?
I am doing well. And Cale, I got questions. Okay. Now, you are a founding member of the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club. I just want you to tell us and our listeners, what is the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club and where do you meet? How often do you participate? How many members? Just tell us a bit about this club, Cale.
Sure. So what we practice is historical European martial arts or historical fencing. There's a couple of different names for it. So what we do is we do swordplay based on historical treatises. So these are actual books written by actual fencing masters from the 15th, 16th centuries. And what we do is we go through and use the techniques that they describe in them on each other. So we get to play with swords on a weekly basis and put it to the test against each other in a pressure testing environment.
Okay.
So right now, sorry.
No, you go ahead, Cale.
No, this is great.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Keep going.
Okay, so there's obviously a lot of information. So right now we're meeting bi-week or 2 times a week. So we're meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesday we're out of the Bonnie-Doon Community League at 7 o'clock for about 2 hours. And on Thursday we're out of Hazeldean Community Center for about 2 hours. So classes typically will be about an hour of instructed classes. So generally we'll have like a theme of the month. So shallow targets, deep targets, and kind of work on that. And then Thursday is usually kind of a lighter, open, free play, do what you want, spar who you want kind of day.
So, Cale, one of the, you were nominated and you became the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week because you're an accomplished fencer, as well as an excellent instructor, as well as your contributions to the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club. You're rated top 5% of all fencers worldwide. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I think of fencing, and forgive me if I'm butchering this word, but I think of an épée, like the fencing sword. Now, you're in the men's long sword, which is steel. Can you give us any sort of a visual as to what you're fencing with?
So
everybody on YouTube, he's got it. Go on YouTube. Whoa.
Okay, so starting from the very bottom. And that's the end.
Okay, so for those that aren't on our YouTubes, that are on our audio streams, this does not look like a traditional fencing épée. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay, it does not look like that. This looks like something out of medieval times.
You got a Braveheart or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're at your practices, which are twice a week, and you are, I mean, are you dressed in armor to do this?
So we have extra padding. I actually have a couple of things just kicking around beside me. I actually came prepared for once. So it's just generally thicker padding. There's some steel involved, but in terms of protective equipment, it's not too much more than what you would see in like épée or saber or foil. So I'll put this down and hopefully not make too much noise.
Oh, this is you're the best guest ever. This is awesome.
Yeah. I love show and tell. It's great. So for jackets, we generally wear padded jackets. So
okay, so that looks like a Taekwondo style jacket, but with extra padding, with some extra oomph to it.
Yeah, so it's basically just like a thick, heavy jacket that if you put it on.
Cale is putting on the jacket.
Sorry.
He's okay. So if you're, this is amazing.
Oh wow! So this thing zips up, and there's like a neck roll that comes around to obviously protect your neck area.
Yeah. So there's different kinds of designs that are available. I went with this one because it actually specifically has this bib. So it's just a thick jacket. Generally, we'll have some hardcover paddings for the elbows. Some people do forearm protection. I have a pair of fingered gauntlets that we also wear.
Oh,
so
wow.
just plastic.
Serious. Yeah.
They're all little integrated plates. Typically for what we do, you're either going to use like a mitten style gauntlet, so all the fingers are all connected. There are few and far between that actually have like the 5-finger dexterity that are sufficient for what we do. These ones are considered to be sufficient, but you can do fun stuff with the fingers.
Okay, I have questions. Cale, are we saying your name right? Rainkie?
Yes. Yeah.
He's our Athlete of the Week for Pasta Pantry, founding member of the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club. He's telling you about how they're using techniques from 500 or 600 years ago that they study. You had up that long sword. How heavy is that?
So they range from about 1,200 grams to about 16 to 1,800. They're a lot lighter than you think they are.
Okay. So when you are competing, I'm trying to picture this. How do you score points and defeat your opponent?
So because there's no overarching governing body, tournaments can vary from rule sets to intended purposes and all that fun stuff. But typically what's going to happen is that you fence to first touch, so first impact against your opponent. Depending on where you hit, that will change what score you get. So So if you get hit like a deep target, so the head or the torso, generally you get more points for than a shallow target for like the hands or the legs. Depending on the rule set, you might get rewarded for getting up cleanly. So if I strike my opponent and parry the afterblow that's coming at me, I might get extra points for that. Some it's weighted where if I hit, say, my opponent in the head, they hit me in the hands, I get more points, but we still kind of gain both. So again, most tournaments are typically to the first touch, whether that's a thrust or a cut or whatever you want to do. Some tournaments do allow wrestling and grappling as well, so that is also a part of this. So because if you get too close, you can't really do anything with your sword, right? So chuck it and then chuck them.
Wow. Okay, this is fascinating. We're gonna have to try to come watch this some night, Jay. Now we can, for people who see you on YouTube, they might have an idea, but I got to ask you, how old are you, and how did you get into this and decide I'm going to keep doing this? Competitively, and I assume to help stay in shape and stuff.
Oh, quite a bit. So I'm 35. I got into this about 9 years ago. So just after I had graduated from, didn't graduate from U of A at that time. When I got kicked out of U of A at that time, right before I went into NAIT.
Ooh, a bad boy, huh?
Not a great student.
Okay, so how did you, how, why, how, where,
So my best friend, Mike Miller, got me into it. He basically was like, hey, I do this cool thing with swords where you can hit each other and play with you can hit other people with swords. And I went, okay, go on, tell me more. So, I mean, for since seeing Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, blew my 11-year-old mind, right? So of course I find out I can actually do that for real. I was like, okay, sign me up. And I've just been at it ever since. I had to take a small break due to medical concerns, but not because of fencing though. That's the fun thing, is that interestingly enough, this has been the safest sport I've ever done. I got hurt more doing soccer, or I got hurt more playing baseball. I got hurt more snowboarding. All things considered, is actually fairly safe because the masks that we wear are heavily padded, steel mesh on the front.
Yeah.
For the most part, you barely feel the impact unless you're getting cranked, but we avoid that.
Okay, so thanks for being so generous with your time. I just got one more. You're the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. I've asked every Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week this question. So I'm going to ask you, and I don't know what I'm going to get for an answer. Who are some athletes you look up to and admire?
Well, that's a good question. So there's actually quite a few people in Alberta that are just wonderful, wonderful fencers. As far as the competitive scene goes in Alberta, we're actually pretty lucky. So Alex Williamson down in Airdrie, Matt Thompson, Tavis McKee, Julian Schutz. His last name is Julian. You know who they are. But in terms of, so what's cool about this sport as well is it's fairly well established across the world. Not so much in Asia, but in Europe, go figure, it's fairly big. Biggest names I would say would be Martin Fabian, who I'm sure anyone in the sport would know, and Anthony Oberski.
Okay, I'm going to have to look up all those people. I was wondering if you were going to say, well, I still look up to Connor McDavid or something like that, but I didn't know if you'd be sports specific or if you'd go like Dusty Nielsen, our morning show host, like LeBron James or something. Okay, when you come pick up your gift card, you got to ask if Jay and I are here.
Yeah.
And we want to meet you, and you got to bring something. Yeah,
bring a sword.
I will bring all that I can.
Okay. And what do you wear on your head?
So that's just the mask right here.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's what he. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But you can strike somebody in the head to get the most points. Oh, you probably can't hear us now.
That one up, but barely felt it.
Okay, so
we did it.
I mean,
That's awesome.
You won gold in the Salt Lake Open in 2023. You won gold in the Calgary Hornfest tournament in 2024. So you're obviously very accomplished at this. And Lori Plant, who was the person who nominated you, had some very kind words. So I just want to read those to you and just get a little bit of reaction and your relationship with Lori. It says he is in addition to his personal skill, his class instruction helps everyone improve. He is incredibly patient, kind, and insightful about our sport. His work on the EHMA board is exemplary. managing facilities, paperwork, and navigating the complexity of running a club. Now, he said those are very nice things. And then later in what Lori sent to me in the nomination form, he said Cale may be tall and a lefty, but that's never stopped him from engaging with opponents with a multitude of techniques. Cale, is this something that is a sport more so for shorter right-handed people? Is that because it does say you're tall and left-handed? So does that put you at a disadvantage?
Some might say it's an advantage. So I wouldn't say it's all shapes and sizes and hand dominance do particularly well. I would say it's advantageous for me because left-handed people, they generally strike in a way or attack at angles that most people aren't generally used to. And being tall, obviously, I get a little bit of a reach advantage. But there are some people who say it's a bit of a crutch. So I'm relying more on natural-born advantages rather than just technique. But Laurie, and he's a wonderful human being for saying so, is that's not all I do more as well.
Very good. One more before we let you go, because I just got to know, and I'm going to put you on the spot here a bit. But for somebody, like, let's say Reid and I went down to your Tuesday class at Bonnie Doon, and we got Reid all set up in the outfit and, gave him a sword and said, okay, Reid, you're going to take on Cale. How fast do you think it would be until you completely dispatched our dearest Reid Wilkins?
So I guess it depends on how nice I want to be. Generally,
not nice. You want to destroy him. I want you to just unleash on him.
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Like 4 seconds?
I guess depends on how much you want to say dispatch.
Win down on the ground. Win the match. Strike him and dump him on the ground. Put him on his back.
Strike at the distances we start at. Probably 1 to 2 seconds, dump on the ground. Grappling's not really my forte. I'm a bit more of like a stereotypical
I wouldn't do the
player,
grappling.
I guess, in boxing terms.
He's going to grapple you.
I can close distances real fast.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, Cale, this has been fantastic.
This is awesome.
Thank you so much. So you are the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. With that comes a $25 gift certificate to Pasta Pantry, as well as a custom Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week hat. I'll send you all the details on how to get that. But Cale, this was phenomenal. Thank you for joining us on the Reid Wilkins Show. Okay, let me just finish with this. If somebody's listening to this and they're like, oh my gosh, Cale's talking about something I've wanted to do my whole life. How do they get involved? How can they reach out and come to one of these practices or these meetings?
So website is ehma.ca. That's always a good way to get in contact with us, just to give us kind of a heads up when you might be there, just so we can organize it and make sure we have people set aside to do the instruction appropriately. Because generally when we have new people come out, we split the class so that we're not just throwing you absolutely into the deep end. But we'll have you set aside with one of our instructors, walk you through the basics, see if it's for you, see if you really enjoy it, and then we can go from there kind of thing.
All right. Cale, thank you so much for being so generous with your time. Thanks for being prepared with the visual demonstrations for the people on YouTube. I hope we get to meet you. Thank you for sharing one of your passions, man. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me, Reid and Jay. It was fantastic.
Cale Rainkie's the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. He is involved in historical martial arts and is very, very good at it. That was remarkable.
And a long sword. I mean, that sword looked pretty serious.
Yes. I hope... that's one of those segments where I hope people connect with, because I love it. There's somebody in your city doing this. Like, who would have thought? Or maybe that's something you walk by their headquarters, or you might see on TV or on YouTube, or somebody, you overhear somebody at work or in a food court saying, "I do this." That's there it is. That's amazing. I absolutely love that.
Well, Big Uke says this is exactly why this segment was created. This was great.
Yes.
And I agree.
That was so good.
Because there's other things in the sporting community other than football, hockey, basketball, baseball. Yeah. This was neat. This was totally different. And to be honest, we didn't know all that much about it, but we learned a lot. And hopefully you did too.
Yeah. Right. We are, of course, coming to you from the Banquet Studio. The Banquet summer feature menu is here. Bacon-wrapped pickles, spicy Korean noodle bowls, and cocktails like the Pink Lady and Blueberry Hibiscus Smash. Try now at The Banquet. Get real, play hard. The Banquet and the Pasta Pantry were both a taste of Edmonton. They're both great. I'm mentioning them in the same segment. That's fine. You can go eat at both. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. We have more good stuff to come. That section, that went a little long. We still got to do, we're giving away Stingers tickets. We're doing buying or selling. We're going to name the animal. We're going to do words of the day. What an action-packed show. Here's the 5 o'clock break, 10 minutes late.
Two guys and a goalie.
When I played against Jason Smith and Jr., and it was only a couple of times, it always shocked me, his transition. Oh, this is a skilled puck-moving defenseman. We had this thing, we called it the Cobra Kai. Like he would basically grab people by the throat and one-arm them down. It was obviously a holding penalty now, but he would do it all the time, and he was vicious.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Win a trip to Osheaga with the Banquet and Aperol. We're sending one lucky guest to Montreal with flights, hotel, and 2 tickets to one of Canada's hottest music festivals. Enter by July 26. Details in store or on the Banquet app. Get real, play hard.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind 360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind 360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind 360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Multiple sources are reporting that Commanders star receiver Terry McLaurin has requested a trade, and 4 players are confirmed out for the Elks this Saturday. Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Meche unavailable against the Ticats. And on the field, Calgary visits Ottawa. PJ Walker makes his first CFL start with Verdon Adams Jr. out for the 5-2 Stamps. He takes on Drew Brown and his 1-6 Red Blacks. Out east, the Jays have acquired Louis Varland and Ty France from the Twins. Allen Roden and Kendry Rojas going back the other way. For the Riverhawks, they have a tilt against the Night Owls. They found a 7-0 victory yesterday. Catch the series closer on EST's audio streams. Tune in at 8 right after the Turf District. And staying in E-Town, Jason Smith has been hired as the Oil Kings head coach. The former Oilers captain played over 1,000 NHL games, and he's coached in the AHL, WHL, and NHL as well, being an assistant for Philadelphia's AHL affiliate in Lehigh Valley last season. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, great job, Coop. He's Zachary Kubish on our technical desk, on our presentation desk. We have Jason Milne and me, Reid Wilkins. The Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week was Cale Rainkie. He was awesome from the Edmonton Historical Martial Arts Club. Just fascinating stuff. Earlier on the show, we had the new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings, Jason Smith. Really good interview with him. If you missed it and want to check it out, it was on 340, so find it on the podcast, or you can go back and watch it on YouTube. That was the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right. You having a good day, Milne? I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
You're okay. Well, except that I shot down us booking a golf round during the show. I'm sorry.
That's not why I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
Well, Terry McLaurin.
Oh, you're from the Commanders. Did he retire?
Darn it. Pay that man.
How old is he again?
30.
And how much money does he want?
I think he wants to be bumped up to, like, not Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson numbers, but, because Jamar Chase is averaging over $40 million a year. Justin Jefferson's 35. But he should be in that CD Lamb, Garrett Wilson, low to mid 30s. No question.
Okay.
And right now, he's holding out from Commanders camp because he's in the last year of his deal and he's at $23 million, which is normal. That happens,
right,
to get a new contract. But please pay the man.
VR Montenegro in the Nasty Chat says, chin up, glue guy. Trying to encourage you. Get his limerick ready, by the way. And Amishman19 says, I can't wait in 5 years when we see Reid as a regular member of the society brandishing his sword on the show. You never know. I've gotten interested in things I never thought I'd be interested in.
Imagine if you're like just like one of the top in Canada.
And like I'm a world champ
and
in like
never
5
knew
years.
It. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That would be incredible. I'm still trying to find something I'm good at. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it, baby.
Maybe that's the one. All right, can you do both limericks? Do you have Nick's as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, fire them out.
Today is a hot one in E-Town. I'd hate to be dressed like a clown. Keep it cool. Jump in a pool. Hey, be careful, kids. Don't drown.
Good advice.
Okay, then.
Yes, good advice.
Great advice. And this one comes in from VR Montenegro. When it comes to Oilers D-men, there is none greater than the one we affectionately call Gator. He put in all the hard work. Epic defensive bulwark. The Eye of Quebec is Canada's largest crater.
Good point, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know what Canada's largest crater is, so he could have said anything, I suppose. Those came into the email, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, j@edmontonsportstalk.com. That's also how you nominate a Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. You can also text us at 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. Sundays and Mondays, 50% off the entire menu. That's available Sundays and Mondays, 5 p.m. until close. All right, man, we've hit on a lot of fun stuff. We almost have two. Did I screw up?
No, VR did.
Oh,
apparently Canada's largest crater is the Sudbury Basin.
Oh, VR.
Oh, boy.
Oh, VR. You're in for paddling.
I feel bad because you told me to keep my chin up.
Why are you such a crater hater, VR? Hey, that's funny.
No, I might be wrong, too. But.
Our off-topic topic for William Huff, best board or card game to play at the cabin. Certainly Crib up there. Uno was suggested. I suggested Ticket to Ride or Lost Cities for some good competitive yet pretty simple rule board card games. I was surprised you throw Axis and Allies out there.
Great game.
But here's the thing. That's the reason that's a good suggestion is because a lot of people or friend groups would say, when do we have the time?
Yeah.
Now, Axis and Allies might not be a good one to pull out if it's the 10-year-old grandkids and the 40-year-old parents and the 70-year-old grandparents. Maybe that wouldn't work. Bunch of 20 or 30-somethings, or they used to play in high school.
Yeah.
When do we have 5 hours? You know what? Let's go to the cabin.
When you're in the cabin and it's a rainy day.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
What are you going to do?
We're going to make, or we'll pause to make barbecue. We'll pause to make dinner, have a barbecue halfway through the game. And we don't have to be up the next day. And we can't cut the grass or go clean the basement because we're away at the cabin. That's actually a cool one if you're into that. But that's a good, doesn't have to be a quick game with fewer rules. It could be a longer, heavier game if that's your group, if that fits your group. That's a good suggestion, Jay. You're a very wise man.
Well, thank you.
I'm off tomorrow. How far behind are we on the show? Are we a full segment behind, Coop? Should we even do this buying or selling?
We can save it.
We'll do it. Well,
I got to talk to you about something that came up on the morning show.
Okay, so are we going to put off, because it was related to my parents' anniversary, but we can put it off.
Well, why don't we do it next segment?
No, but we got to, let me think. Okay, let's do, it's 5:20. Let's do the 5:20 break right now.
And get back on time.
And then we'll do the buying or selling that we had the idea for. But let me do the ticket giveaway right now.
Okay.
Because you're watching the text line, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino. Here's the right answer, by the way. I didn't tell it to you earlier.
Yeah.
We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to the Stingers game on Friday against the Vancouver. What's the name of the Vancouver team in the Canadian Elite Basketball League? Why would you yell it out, Coop?
Oh.
It's for the ticket giveaway.
Do I win?
I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
Goob, if you were not an employee of this station, yes, you could win.
Oh, my God.
I really want to.
I don't know if that went over the air or not. I don't know when it went over the air or not.
I'm sorry, I ruined it all.
But, all right.
Well, in Coob's defense, it is a rather easy trivia question.
Yes. Fair enough.
I love Coob.
Yeah.
Don't ever change.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what? In talk radio, talking is important.
It is.
So is listening. Okay, fine. I'm changing the question.
Oh, no.
Well, have people been answering it already?
Well, no. But it takes a little bit.
It takes a while to come in. I don't even know what to. Okay, fine. But here's what we'll do. We'll get a few answers and then we'll randomize the winner.
Okay.
What's the team name of the Vancouver team in the Canadian Elite Basketball League to win 4 tickets to the game, the Stingers game tomorrow at home against Vancouver?
I'll be there. Looking forward to it.
I'd also tell you, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and, of course, sports betting. I think Coob was playing some Keno on the Play Alberta app, and then he heard something. He's like, I got to react. All right, here is the lovely Coob.
NFL News, multiple sources reporting that Washington's Terry McLaurin has requested a trade, and for the Elks, Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Metchie have all been rolled out. For Saturday's game against the Ticats, Robbie Smith and Brock Moggensen both listed as available. Tonight, Ottawa hosts Calgary. As the Red Blacks and Stamps go head-to-head to start Week 9, PJ Walker gets his first CFL start. Vernon Adams Jr. out for the Stamps, and Ottawa names Drew Brown the starter. 5:30 kickoff. The Jays pick up 2 new players from the Twins, Louis Verland and Ty France, headed to Toronto, having Kendry Rojas and Alan Roden being sent back to Minnesota. And one game's live right now. It's runless between the Braves and Reds, bottom of the first. After that, the Rangers and Mariners go head-to-head. Meanwhile, at home, the Riverhawks take on the Night Owls. Catch the game on any of VST's audio streams as we join midway through the contest after 8 o'clock once the Turf District wraps up. I'm Zachary Kubish, the Bandit. And the Reid Wilkins Show returns on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
How many people will be in attendance at the Draisaitl wedding? Over under at 150, by the way.
Oh, that's a good number, Tom.
Thank you.
I mean, family on both sides has got to equate to at least 40, 50 people.
Easily.
Right? At least.
Easily.
I could see this being more of a 200-person affair. I'm going to hammer the over on that.
Take the over?
Yeah.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Summer in Edmonton means 3 things: warm weather, long nights, and plenty of sports. From the lake to the links, you can boost your summer fun with hundreds of casino games, live betting on your favorite sports teams, and access to popular lotteries. All in one app, anywhere in the province. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 or more with promo code YAG50 to claim a $50 free bet. That's promo code YAG50 for a $50 free bet on us. Redeemable once per Play Alberta account. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss award-winning platinum country artist Jake Owen at the River Cree Resort and Casino, August 15th. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Tonight on Will It Store? 1 man, 6 bikes, and all the winter decorations still boxed up in the garage. Don't be that guy. Make space for summer with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
All right, we're giving away, and in Coop's case, very literally, 4 tickets to see the Edmonton Stingers play the Vancouver... Who, Coop? Bandits. The Vancouver Bandits tomorrow. Who won?
Jordan.
Who knew the name?
Jordan.
So we had a few winners, and we did a random. We randomized stuff.
Put it in a
Jordan's
randomizer. Jordan's the winner.
Dun, da, da, da.
So I sent you a text back, Jordan, but please just text in your full name and email address, and we'll get those tickets sent over to you. I need to formally apologize.
For what?
Vera Montenegro was right that the largest crater in Canada is in southeastern Quebec. The Manicouagan crater was formed 214 million years ago. I had my information wrong. You can't trust everything on the internet. So VR, go ahead.
Sorry, I did something by accident.
VR, I formally apologize.
All right, that's okay. I by the way, I got to do this. I forgot to do this earlier.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
If you have not given us a like on YouTube, please do so. Let's see if we can get to 100.
Distance.
Yeah, we're in striking distance of 100. People are a little slower with the thumbs today. It's hot out, and that makes your thumb slow, I guess. We got a limerick from the Big Uke. A very hot day. Or did you read this one? No, we did the other two. A very hot day in the city of Yeg. Cold water, please. Don't make me beg. Riverhawks tonight. Please, some wind, just light. Worst movie about sharks, probably The Meg. Not bad. Big Uke. He is a molten, manly, magnificent mound of magma. Something like that. I hope he's not offended that that's how we introduce him.
I think he's quite proud of it.
I think he's probably pretty proud of it. We're going to dive into buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. So we were talking earlier in the show, tomorrow is my parents' 55th wedding anniversary, 55 years. Pretty incredible. They were married August 1st, 1970. And so then Jay and I got talking, in this, I was going to say in this day and age, that makes it sound like it's never happened before. But I guess it might be increasingly common that a couple may be in a perfectly committed, long-term, we're never going to be apart relationship and not actually have gone through the process of marriage. Or they may do that, maybe if you're quote unquote old fashioned, you meet somebody, you court for a certain length of time, you realize you are in love and you get married. Now it may be like, hey, like we're going to be together forever, but we don't need the piece, or we'll do it when it's convenient, or when we have money, or when we can get all the family together. So what Jay and I were talking about is, if somebody asks you how long you've been married, do you say we've been married this long, or do you say how long you've been together and then say but married? Because here's an example. You could have a couple of people meet in university. They're 20. They're together. One goes off somewhere to get a PhD, but they stay together, but you can't really get married. They're back in the same city. They cohabitate. What is that called? Common law?
Common law.
They live that way for a long time. And then at the age of 32, they get married. Okay? Now they're 34. They're at a dinner party, out for drinks with somebody, and somebody says, how long have you two been married? 2 years. But really, the long-term relationship is 14 years. So
Well,
what's
then I
the
think you
etiquette
say
for
that.
answering that question?
I think you say that. I think you own it. You say, well, we've been married 2 years, but we've been together for 14. Right? I think that's simple. Now, my question is, because no, you don't.
Did I set that up wrong?
No, not at all. For instance, when somebody asks me how long I've been married, well, I've been married 18 years.
Okay.
I don't go into the preamble, the courting period of which we dated for 5 years. That's irrelevant at this point.
Okay.
It only matters how long this ring has been on the finger.
Okay. But did you and April realize at some point we're going to get married? We are the perfect match. We're in love. We're going to commit to each other. Like, how long had you been courting before you had that discussion?
Well, this is a long story.
We like the word courting.
Courting.
It's 1770, everybody.
This is a long story.
Uh-oh. Well, is it?
April and I dated for a brief period, and then we broke it.
Oh, my goodness. This is scandalous. I did not know this. Does Tuckwood know this?
Yeah. And I was the one that did it. And it was the stupidest decision I've ever made in my life.
Okay, well, you corrected it.
So when we got back together after that summer, I said, I'm going to marry you.
Okay.
We need to be together.
And did she say that's cool, or was she like, you just dumped me, you idiot?
It took her a while. It took her a little bit of coercing, but she came around to the good side.
Oh, my goodness.
So I let it be known that I was going to, I wanted to marry her. So this was serious.
Okay.
Because I had realized I'd made a terrible mistake. Wow, this really got deep.
This got incredibly deep. We need a couch for you to lie on.
Yeah, I need a couch and a cold drink of water. Yeah, so that's what happened. But no, it's just referred to as the years you've been married. Now, you can add in, but we've been together, but we dated for 5 years before.
Yeah, I think if it's a long period of time,
like
maybe
your parents wouldn't say, we've been married 55 years, but we dated for 6 months
I
prior.
think if the lead into the marriage is less than 3, maybe even 2 years, you don't have to add on, but we've we've been together 21 and married 18.
Correct.
But there could be, there could be things like you see. So I'm 51. I mean, I'm single and probably will be, which I'm fine with, by the way.
Single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready to marry, everybody. Come marry me today. 4th person to text in, I will marry. But maybe that could be anybody who helps us with name the animal. Yeah. I will marry that person.
But I think that where you get into the different terminology is when you have now common law relationships.
Yeah, and I suppose even, you could have somebody, again, maybe around my age, somebody who's been divorced, married the second time, you see them celebrate. What are you celebrating? Oh, our 3rd anniversary. Oh,
but it's assumed.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, that is like, okay, maybe something happened in the first relationship or somebody's, unfortunately
passed away or something like that. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, then you say, well, we've been together for 16 years. Right. But, it doesn't, it doesn't really matter.
Because a couple of my best friends lived with their then later wife for several years before they got married. So, but they usually celebrate a wedding anniversary of the said, okay, we did the vows, we threw the party, we legalized it, so to speak. And then they usually do that. But it is kind of an interesting...
this is an interesting that comes in on the afternoon inbox presented by River Cruise Resort and Casino, 780-218-9999 from Terp from Toefield. He says, once the married years is longer than the amount of time you were together before getting married, then you can lose the preamble about how long you were together.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Maybe that's what we should just, if we're writing a rule book on how to, we should write a book.
Our guide to life would trump most guides to life.
It would be serious. It would be offside.
At times, but we'd explain it though.
We'd give you a reason why it is. So yeah, that makes sense.
Kelvin says, similar courtship story, Jay, just hit 42 years on the 29th. Hey, March, that's nice. Jen says, hubby and I met in 05, broke up for a short while, got back together in 08. Then the audacity of my hubby, he waited 10 years to ask me to marry him. And then she has the rolling eyes and the laughing face. He says he had to make sure, LOL. That's great.
Okay, so it looks like I'm not alone.
No.
Yeah, that was that.
But in the case of my parents, they never have to worry about that because it was less than a year of them, quote unquote, dating and less than 2 weeks of being engaged.
Wow.
Before they got married.
55 years.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
55 years. That it is kind of, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm very proud of them.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I don't want to get too far down this path, but I mean, is marriage necessary anymore? Because common
if
law,
two people are committed and stay together and are happy. Then
I'm of the belief that the marriage is, the ring on the finger, the ceremony, the pomp, all that. That's just old school me.
But I've known couples that are as solid as anybody who've said we don't really need to get married.
Yeah, and you don't. To each their own.
Yeah.
It's the commitment that matters.
Yeah.
That's what's most important.
And should I bring this all back to a sports topic and one that most people in oil country love? How many times have the Leafs won the Stanley Cup during my parents' marriage?
Dun, da, da, da.
That's awful. Why did I do that?
Oh, you did it for good reason.
Why did I do that? I'm a terrible person.
That was fantastic.
Austin Matthews is going to hate me.
Well, just sick Louise on
Sick my mom. Sick my mom on him. That'll take care of everything straight away. So, because you guys just had your anniversary. Was it last Wednesday?
It was the 18th. So what are we at here? It was
was it last Monday? Something was pretty recent.
13 days ago.
13 days ago. So
great.
Congratulations.
Went to the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's the thing. At what point do you not really need... Well, you guys did a little bit of a dinner date.
Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah.
And at this point with our kids, like just being alone without them is just great.
Yeah.
Not that we, you know what I mean? Like we love our kids.
And does it have to be on the exact day? Like we try. I've had married couples. They'll say like, "Well, our anniversary is like Tuesday, and I got to work late." It's like we're going out Saturday.
Whatever. I know Dusty and Tam because Dusty was out calling a game, so they did it at a different date. I think that's absolutely okay. But yeah, it's just being together, and instead of me going out and trying to buy things, I did buy things, but I knew
you told the story about that.
Back to the source.
Dustin's on TV. Look, he looks great.
Wow.
He looks great.
He's really embracing beard guy. He looks sharp.
Rip City Step says maybe Terry McLaurin will reconsider as well, Jay. Well, we got people bringing this all around.
Thank you.
This is incredible.
Thank you. Pay that man his money.
Oh my goodness, we love doing this show. I will say, and Eric was talking about this, that he's like, I like this job so much. He doesn't feel like he needs to take holidays. Having said that, I do too. Like I like this job. Having said that, once I get the time off, I always make the most of it. Like tomorrow I'll go and do something.
Forces it on you.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be part-time in August. I think I only work 9 days, which probably will help the show as a whole.
Can we address something out loud? I didn't talk to you about this, but I feel we're going to be okay. Can we talk about the heat situation in your place? Like, can we remedy this?
Well, first of all, I do have somebody texted in this morning, why don't you have a portable air conditioner? I do. The window in my bedroom is not compatible with it, but you can get those cloths or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I can sleep in the spare room. I don't always like sleeping there because I think I sense the bed is different, and I just didn't bother setting it up last night. I thought I could make it through without it. So today I'll probably turn on the portable air conditioner 45 minutes before I want to go to bed.
45 minutes? Get that thing buzzing as soon as you get home, bruh.
I don't need to set it up that early. It cools off the room in 30 to 60 minutes, and then I'll try to sleep in the spare room, and it's fine.
I do think there is still a part of me that thinks you should just take it to the basement.
But you haven't seen my basement because you've only seen the outside of my house.
If there's a hallway in your basement, you can fit a cot.
There actually isn't. Well, not really.
There's got to be a way to make it work. It would be nice down there.
It'd be cooler in the basement for sure.
You can't keep living life like
it's fine. Like, how often is it really this hot?
But
not
it's
very often.
That's the AC debate. It's not for the days like this, although it's nice.
Right.
It's the other days where it's just kind of uncomfortable, and you keep your climate at the same level.
Well, maybe I'll get AC put in someday. Who knows? We're in the banquet studio. It's nice and temperate in here. Is that the right usage?
Sure.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at the banquet. Refreshing, craveable, made for sunny days. The banquet. Get real. Play hard. We'll play hard with Name the Animal and Words of the Day coming up.
Multiple sources have reported that Commander star receiver Terry McLaurin has requested a trade, and 4 players are confirmed out for the Elks this Saturday as they face the Ticats. Nick Anderson, Michael Broderick, Zach Mathis, and Royce Meche unavailable for the contest. On the field tonight, Calgary visits Ottawa, and PJ Walker makes his first CFL start with Verdon Adams Jr. out for the 5-2. Stampeders Drew Brown is the man for Ottawa. Red Blacks 1-6 on this season. That game's just underway. Scoreless about 2 minutes into the contest. And out east, the Jays have acquired Louis Varland and Ty France from the Twins for Alan Rodent and Kendry Rojas for the Riverhawks. They have a tilt against the Night Owls, finding a 7-0 victory yesterday. Catch the series closer on any VST's audio streams. We joined that one just after 8. Staying in E-Town, Jason Smith has been hired as the Oil Kings head coach. Former Oilers captain, playing over 1,000 games in the NHL, having coaching experience in the AHL, WHL, and NHL levels. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Kenny, you're going up against another Kenny in Hamilton that's doing quite well right now.
He's definitely a baller for sure. But I just have to go out there and just play inside the scheme and do everything that I prepared to do all week. A secondary as a whole and a defense as a whole. It's great opponents every week, so we just got to make sure we're keyed in and dialed into our details. No matter who's on the other side, we're going to execute at a high level.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Stampeders, Red Blacks underway. No score, 2.5 minutes into the game. If you've been texting us, you've been using the afternoon inbox at 780-218-9999. presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. My goodness, Ottawa just botched a snap and lost almost 25 yards, so they're going to be punting from deep in their own end.
Name the animal.
All right, we got to fade it out because we're tight for time. All right, it's Name the Animal, world famous segment. Zachary Kubish is going to prompt the animal to make its noise, and Jay and I have to figure out what animal it is.
Hippopotamus.
That's your guess?
Yeah.
No.
That sounds like a very large animal, though.
It sounds like a hippopotamus.
It sounds like how you would think a hippo would sound, but as we've learned, and I've learned for years, it doesn't always.
Can you imagine if this is a bird?
Okay, is that bird making its noise with its mouth?
Is that bird?
Is that animal making its noise with its mouth?
Ooh, good one.
Or
is it flatulence?
It's not flatulence.
It is not a fart.
Can you play it again, please?
Yeah, play it again. It could be like a growl or something too.
That's a big animal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we better ask. Is that animal larger than Gager's dog Boone?
They can be.
They can be.
Is it
so not necessarily
reside in a swampland?
It lives near the water. Yes.
Lives near the water.
Can it be in the water?
It can swim.
Does it have legs?
Yes.
Isn't that an alligator or a crocodile?
Ask.
Is it a crocodile?
It is not a crocodile.
Is it an alligator?
It is.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Whoa. Well, it did sound like it could be a ferocious, unhappy animal.
And is that not Jason Smith's nickname?
Oh, he ties it all together. Ties it all together. All right.
You coob you.
You crazy little coop.
I'm the bandit.
I'm surprised you didn't yell out the answer before we got it.
Alligator.
That was fast.
Okay, guys, try to figure out this alligator sound.
This came in on the afternoon inbox. Hi, Reid. I was once married to a supermodel, but ... Am I the fourth texter? That comes in from Seal.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I said I would marry the fourth texter.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
So it looks like you and
probably
Seal
people didn't start.
Maybe Seal will give you a kiss from the rose.
Oh, that'd be all right. So that was an alligator. It was an alligator noise. That's pretty cool.
Can we hear it
get
again?
Close to one.
Let's hear that again.
Yeah, that's neat. What's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile again? Is it something the shape of the head?
Let's just make up differences.
Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only.
Alligators do not enjoy the works of Edgar Allan Poe.
Mm-hmm. Crocodiles have rounded front incisors, not sharp, jagged edges.
That could be true, actually.
Maybe it is.
It could be the real reason.
Isn't one just generally... Coob, you got the answer?
I do. Alligators have a wider U-shaped snout, and their lower teeth are hidden when their mouth is closed, while crocodiles have a more pointed V-shaped snout, and some lower teeth are visible when their mouth is
that's right.
closed.
Sometimes you see the teeth sticking out.
I believe they call that an underbite.
Yeah, they have an underbite. They need to see a dentist.
Yeah.
Need a croc dentist.
Did you ever watch that show, The Crocodile Hunters?
No.
It would be like the swamp guys, and they'd go up and they'd get they'd what's that called? Like a slip knot or like like you trap gophers in them.
Yeah.
And then they just come up with a gun and shoot them in the head.
That's all the show would be?
That was it.
Why were they killing them? Or were they nasty ones?
No, they eat them.
Oh, okay.
And then they sell their hides.
Oh, okay. It wasn't just hunting for sport or something like that.
You should know. You're the guy that walks around with the Gucci crocodile.
My crocodile shoes.
And
all right, let's go into my long weekend, as I'm off tomorrow, with the words of the day.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
I could have swore that was a hippopotamus off the top, but anyway.
Yeah, it sounded how do you imagine a hippo would sound.
Okay, what do you want? Do you want the word from the crew at the beach first?
Oh my God. I thought they were back from the beach.
There's still a crew out there. Not my crew, but
there are still children tormenting me from the beach.
Yes. Now, this was one
Reid
that
Wilkins and the Beach of Torment. There's another book.
This was brought up several times last night that they were unsure if you're going to be able to spell it correctly.
Okay.
You will know what it is. So you're guaranteed 1 out of 2.
Okay, I trust you.
So do you want that first?
Sure, give me the...
Okay.
From the Children of the Beach.
Daiquiri. Daiquiri.
Daiquiri. Daiquiri. Of course I spelled it correctly.
It was the question of the extra I. After DAI.
Oh yeah, of course I know that.
Nothing gets by you.
I know it's a cocktail, but I don't know what's in it. So I don't know if I do know the definition.
Daiquiris.
It is a cocktail.
Well, what can you rule out as far as the main liqueur?
Bourbon.
Out.
Whiskey.
Out.
Is it rum based? Is it a rum based cocktail?
Yeah, an alcoholic drink that is usually made of rum, crushed fruit, or fruit juice and sugar.
Okay, so I got
2
like
out of 2.
1.75.
Why?
I didn't get 2 out of 2. I didn't say the fruit juice.
Okay, 1.88.
And the crushed ice.
1.88.
All right, but I more or less knew it. 1.88.
Okay, the
awesome.
second word of the day.
Oh my goodness.
Is Pavonine. Pavonine.
Oh, Papa Homer, you are so learned.
Learned, son. It's pronounced learned.
Pavonine.
Pavonine?
I think I hear him coming now.
Pavonine. Pavonine.
Ooh, this is an interesting word.
Pavonine. Am I saying it correctly?
You are?
Well, I wrote down the obvious spelling right away. Though it could be that.
You want me to... Well, yeah, that's...
No, I don't... Well, no, I can't.
Pavonine.
I can't have you spell it for me.
No, I was going to say, do you want to hear the pronunciation? But I think I got it right.
Oh, I'll try this. I'm going to try my second one, actually. The second thing I wrote down.
Oh, I don't like this.
Then you want me to say the first thing I wrote down?
No, go with the second one, maybe.
Pavane. That's wrong.
What was your first one?
Pavine. Pavagin. All right, what is it?
Pavonine.
Pavonine. Okay, I should have. Well, that would have been hard. I mean, there were some options. So, this makes me think of Pavlov's dog, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't know what
it has to do with an animal.
It does have to do with an animal, but I don't know what Pav or Pavo comes from. I doubt it has anything to do with the number 9. I think that's just a suffix, or INE might be the actual suffix on Pavon. So what is Pav? Can't think of what an animal.
Do you want me to use it?
I need a sentence.
The garden's mosaic walkway was covered in beautiful Pavonine tiles.
Is it a snake-like pattern?
Good guess.
But totally incorrect.
It combines the Latin pavo, meaning peacock.
Oh, really?
Plus ein. So it is of or like a peacock. Pavonine.
Of or like a peacock.
Yes.
Is Pavonine.
So that suit jacket you wear out on the weekend sometimes is rather Pavonine.
Pavonine. That was pretty good.
Your snake guess was really good, though.
Well, when you gave me the hint, I thought that I wouldn't have thought peacock, like I said, snake.
Not a great way to go into the long weekend.
1.88 out of 4.
Yeah, that's...
Well, maybe I could find a daiquiri to enjoy.
Ooh.
So Calgary and Ottawa underway. No score in the Canadian Football League. The Elks play Hamilton on Saturday. It's a 1:00 game at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. we will have our Green and Gold kickoff show with Jay Milne and Taylor Inglis as a special guest. That'll be at noon, and then they're going to be on after the game as well for the Green and Gold post-game show as the Elks, without Nick Anderson. Tough news today. He's ruled out already. Well,
he was out.
He hasn't out for practice.
But it's not looking
good for him to play in the game.
And Matty Iwanek will be sitting in the big chair tomorrow.
He's here tomorrow filling in for me, which I greatly appreciate. All right. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and the glue guy, Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Talk to you later.